The youngster makes his way off the field. I don't know. Frankie, that has gone a long way. There's, there's no need to try to retrieve that because it has gone out of the ground, out of the fenced area. So
So,
I don't think that with an acre,
we're looking to get a new ball, or
I
somebody
would
has gone to
suggest that
retrieve.
that would be the best thing to do.
This is, this is, how do you term it, Hillary? A joke? Because,
Well, I don't know because if it's about just playing the game for the love of the game, Frankie, I am not certain that this goes well for the. I don't think that ball is retrievable because you would have to.
somebody's making an attempt to go through the gates
Right.
to go and get the ball, but they have been,
Unless you're going to remove the trees or the bushes.
a new ball has been thrown out there. I saw a ball going out.
Yes, the ball has been replaced.
Yes. Who is the bowler?
I don't think that you. I don't think that you added the six. So the right score now, Frankie, is 34.
Thomas? Okay. The official score, if I may say that the score was actually 28 after the first over.
Okay,
And that was a 6 hit there a while ago?
correct.
Oh, okay.
So there's 34.
34, okay.
And the umpire has signaled no ball. I think that was the official signal. I would have thought that it would have been a wide, but
Thomas. I'm told the bowler's name is Thomas. Hillary. But let's,
so a dot ball was bowled, Frankie?
I'm sorry?
Was that a dot ball?
I missed it, sorry. I was.
All right, I'm getting an official signal from the cameraman.
Okay. Snapped past point. 4 more.
So the score now, Frankie, is
38.
39?
39?
39.
Score now is 39.
And all 39 runs, with the exception of the 3 wide, well, the 8 wides,
Yes.
has been scored by Cornwall. In fact, James has yet to face a ball. And if this continues, I'm saying that you're going to have at least 6 balls at the ready.
Right. And we're looking at a score of how much you would predict now.
Well, let's say 30 by 20 would be.
Very good. By 20.
Would that be 600? So,
It would
so
be.
this may be a record in the making.
In the Thursday league.
First over 28, and the current over
10.
was 6-10. Yes, plus the no ball 11.
11.
11 from 2 balls, Frankie. That
Well, let's hope that for the policeman's sake, it does not continue this way. Yeah, they would, well, for a start, get up to a full complement of 11.
and the indomitable Ian Gore is with us here, and he's dropped. That's
My goodness.
wow.
That looks like the 12-year-old we saw walking out on the
Yes,
field.
yes, yes. Probably feels like 9 years old now.
Well, probably wish he wasn't there.
And if you know Ian Go, it's like no mercy. There's no mercy
No
rule.
mercy rule in it. And this one is wafted over with Wicket. Well, past with Wicket. 4 more.
That's adding insult to injury. There's nothing worse than when a catch is being dropped off your bowling,
And the very
and then
next
you're
ball.
slaughtered. No, that cannot be right. And you can see that the fielder is a little demoralized because he walked ever so slowly to retrieve the ball, and he still couldn't find it on his arrival.
Uh, well, you can understand how he must be feeling. I mean, you already see the shoulders, if they were up before. They certainly don't know.
But you would have looked,
The enthusiasm is just not there.
you would have looked to the senior players to try and pick him up as opposed to bringing him down. That's way over the man at short. Third man, another boundary. Frankie, are you keeping up with the score? Is it 40 now? Or
I am not. This is the scorer. This is the goal.
is it 40 or 50?
47. 47 without loss.
But the over has come to a close. So scoring at about 23 runs and over. This is not the kind of look that you would want to see from the lawmen, but they've been put under extreme pressure, and
Is there a change of bowling?
it's Cornelius, the genius, I would imagine.
Okay.
The man with the golden arm, is it?
Well, let's hope that his arm is very brightly gold today. Because
Well,
he has it all cut. It's
Well,
all left for him to do today.
well, Frankie, that goal has to be platinum. Because
Not diamond.
yeah, if it's just gold, it's certainly not going to be good enough here this afternoon. Because, like I said, if you know Ian Go, there's absolutely no mercy rule. So, even if they would have batted 10 overs and they had the audacity to declare the innings on 400, I know that he would say no to that. So. It's going to be a long, long day
That will be the
for the lawmen.
That will be the first in limited overs cricket.
Yes,
Really
yes,
clear.
yes.
So, Mr. Cornelius to take up the attack now. Is that correct? Cornelius is
Yes.
James Cornelius.
There's a man at wide mid-wicket, a man at square leg, and a man at the
They,
wide, short, fine leg. And because of the limitations,
so they're full complement now.
no, I think that puts them up to 10. Yes.
Cornelius.
And believe it or not, Frankie, that was a dot ball.
Yes. I'm counting 11 fielders out there.
Rare occasion. 5, 7, 11, Frankie, you are correct. I told you that you were a mathematical genius, and there's no need to show off.
Far from.
They do have the full complement, driven up to wide cover, and they just amble through for a single. What is the score now, Frankie?
I would
48?
say 40.
48, and would this be the third over,
This is the
Frankie?
third over. Wow. The lawmen are in for
A rough
a
ride.
rough
Straight down the ground.
4 more.
Powerfully struck by Cornwall.
Wow.
Frankie, are you sorry that you were singing the praises of Cornelius? Because the wicket,
Well,
the pitch is a solid batting pitch. I haven't seen anything out there to suggest that there's
Agree.
any devil out there.
bowler would have to be spot on, pinpoint accuracy, and that's going to be very hard because there doesn't seem to be any pace, no devil at all in the wicket, as you said. It's just a good stroke. And there
That's
you
the
go again.
easiest.
Is this going all the way? Maximum. 6 more, this time over long off. Cornwall is the batsman.
Well, I don't know about Cornelius's exploits at the parish league level. Is this a welcome to the big leagues, you would say, Frankie? Because
Well,
Cornwall is making it look very, very easy.
well, he is bowling to two experienced batsmen over there. Established and recognized batsmen.
A legend on the Liberta circles, at least.
So,
No, that is too easy.
too easy. 4 more. Over wide mid off.
Sounds like he's on 50. Would I be correct? 50, 51 maybe, 52?
Well, the score is just tabulating there. Cornelius tries again.
You
This time
cannot.
is straight over.
You cannot. For all
6.
that has been said about Cornelius, to me, you're serving up, I mean, those are lollipops. I mean, there's no excuse for that because I cannot see that you're under the gun and you're still trying to flight. I mean,
Flight like
that makes absolutely no sense.
Well,
I can tell you that Cornwall is over 50 without any fear of contradiction.
well,
And I think that Kofi James has only faced 2 balls and he hasn't scored.
I think no, he got a single.
A single, all right.
I think. Score. 50. How much? 8. 50.
Well, Frankie,
And the score. What's the score now?
should be about 67,
68.
68. And I'm doing my mental calculation. And if I'm quicker than Mr. Gore, then something has to be wrong. 68 without loss, and this is the 4th over.
4th over about to begin. As we see, well, another change of bowling. Oh, yes. So as a spin bowler, Hillary, I'm just going back to Mr. Cornelius there. He just kept throwing them up.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting any big turn up there.
No.
So, I would have expected him to try bowling a, well, quick, a little flat, much flatter,
Yes, you would think so.
and try and surprise the batsman. If anything.
Is the new bowler Shedrack? He is?
Yes.
See, Frankie, I'm getting to be very, very
Well,
good at the names.
You know these players. Vincent Shadrach.
No, I do not. No, I do not. I know Shadrach from his father, who played pretty decent cricket, a pretty decent all-rounder.
Okay.
Has now long retired. Was a permanent fixture in the Mahaiko team.
Well, let's see. He's a medium pacer, it looks like. From the run, let us see how he fares.
So, Frankie, they're going at a brisk pace of 22 runs and over.
22 point something. Yes.
Yes, .011, Frankie,
We
to
might-
be exact.
We might well see a score of 400, as you suggested.
No, I
Plus.
would implore the men from Liberta to be that's the maximum.
That's a maximum. 6 runs.
So Kofi James is now getting into the act.
Well,
So there's no respite. There's no let up by the men from Liberta.
well,
We can officially say that it is a carnage.
make hay while the sun shines. Why not? He's at the party, so he must partake.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But would it be a first time for the the team batting second to decide that there's no use
No. That would be.
and would be up to forfeit?
And I don't. Oh, that's a wild slug here.
I would suggest to you that Kofi James needs to be more responsible.
Yes, I mean, yes, the opportunity is there, but that wild slug.
I've often felt that he has very little respect for the game. So even if you're going guns blazing and you get a good delivery, you must show the necessary respect.
Indeed. Dead ball signal there. This police team.
Which one of the first names to use? Shakira then?
This police team doesn't. Well, I don't know. To say it's a knock-up team might be putting it too harshly.
No, but you are telling the
That ball driven over. No, it doesn't have the legs.
believe it or not, what should have been three turned out to be a single.
Well, you see. Who's
Yes,
out there.
yes. Go ahead and make your excuse. They're tightly wrapped, Frankie, and will not be open today.
Well, I'd leave that one. I'd let that ball pass outside the off stump.
Yes. Quit while you're ahead.
Or quit while I'm not so far behind.
Right. So the score is now 70, or is it 69 without loss?
The score now should be about 79. Not true.
79?
It was 68 at the end of the third. In the fourth over, we already had. yet another
Elegantly played through cover by Cornwall.
one. Nice shot. 4 more runs.
Just like taking candy from a kid.
Easier than that. Easier than that, Hillary.
Just lean back, still with the open stance, and slashed it just wide of cover.
Cover.
For 4.
4 more. Wow.
You've come to associate brute force with Cornwall, but that was
That
rather
was-
elegant.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty elegant stroke. And again,
Lovely shot,
yes.
true point.
it doesn't
And
have
that
the
is going to
legs.
have the legs? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. 4 more. Wow.
Well, it doesn't make a difference. We're now up to 80 as the score.
You know,
And doesn't it feel, Frankie, as if
Yeah,
the game is just moving along at a very, very slow pace? Is it because the ball has to be retrieved from the boundary?
well, yes, you've had what, 2 dot balls?
Well, Frankie, I mean, that's an exaggeration. Well, not more than 5. Not more than 5.
Okay. So,
And to the listeners and the viewers, you are tuned to the
80. 80 exactly after 4 overs.
Parish League Network. So that's easy math for you, Frankie. That's 20 runs
20
and over.
runs and over. Indeed.
I thought you would have jumped on it.
And,
You are the mathematician on staff.
Well, if you're trying to show me off here,
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't dare.
because I'm anything but a mathematician. The captain is back on the ball for the 5th over. Mr. Cornelius. Ball
Driven down to the
James back,
sweeper.
slashed out to. Okay, a single.
A very, very rare single in the game.
That takes the score to 81. Cornwall back on strike. You know he doesn't like singles, so.
No.
It was a restriction
In the
this-
field?
In the field, you're only 2 outside for the first
6, I
6,
think.
okay.
Yes, that's the power play. Hit wide, saved down on the boundary by.
And the batsmen do not take a run.
You should know that guy down there.
Is that Nichols?
Yes, yes, yes.
He was known as a runner, wasn't he? A distance runner. This time driven straight over. Does it have the legs? Yes, it does. 4 more to Cornwall.
85 without loss.
85
And
without
this is the
loss.
5th over.
In the 5th over.
At this rate, Frankie, do you not think that Cornwall would score 100
Oh,
before the 10th over easily?
easily. He's already, that will take him to like what, 60?
And he seems to want to manipulate the strike. That's easy. That's too
That's
easy.
6 more.
That's too easy.
Over.
Are we gonna have a declaration from Cornwall? Can he declare? Is he allowed to? Maybe you should ask one of the organizers, Mark Charles, if is he allowed to declare his inning.
Where's our producer, Teddy?
Retire. Oh, retire. Hurt. Okay.
Well, this is becoming monotonous.
I am bored, Frankie. I'm bored and I'm about to fall asleep. So wake me up when the score is 200 because
So
there's no way.
I have to apologize to all listeners and viewers because it really is.
They cannot be enjoying this.
No. As we go this
That's
time,
another one.
straight
Easily.
straight over.
Easily.
Legs onside this time. 6 more.
I don't think that Cornwall in his Cornelius in his career has ever been treated like this. I mean, to say that he's been treated with disdain would be an understatement.
That's an understatement.
I cannot imagine that any bowler would have been treated like this ever in their career.
6, 4, 6, 6. And the strange thing to me is, I think the ball has taken a battery. Okay. The strange thing to me, he just keeps tossing it up. I mean, try a quicker delivery. I mean, there you go again.
That's further. And
That's
just
out of the grounds.
just like I told you before,
Need a pack of 6.
in fact, the curator has 6 balls available because the ball has been replaced, and it probably would have been. You cannot take that kind of pounding and not lose shape on the ball. So
Yes. We already saw Cornelius there throwing the ball to the umpire for him to inspect it.
so are we up to 100? We should be. Huh? 102. Yes. Frankie, see,
You have a calculator.
Yes. Do you want to call me from now on the human calculator?
Human
Frankie?
calculator.
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Because it means that I will now be eligible.
I will stop looking to the score to my right.
Correct.
And look to my left
correct,
to you.
Correct.
For
Correct.
to get the score.
Correct. So it means now, Frankie, that I'm employable. I should be able to get the job.
So the score is 102 after 5.
5. So they're firmly rooted in scoring at least 20 runs and over.
runs per over. Wow. So, this is comical.
Yes, it is.
As we see the start of the 6th over now. No.
Again, Kofi James.
Kofi James is not showing.
Injudiciously swinging at a ball that was a pretty good length on the off stump.
Good length, yes.
Trying to play across it as opposed to be putting his left foot out there and trying to stroke it through the offside. But he has decided to go leg side for everything.
Yes. Good to see him playing that one straight down to mid-off there.
Yes. And I'm a strong advocate, Frankie. That's a better shot.
That's a better shot. Driven.
Crushing that one through cover.
Contact, 2 covers, 4 runs.
A pretty decent shot. It was short. It was there begging to be hit. And Kofi James obliged.
All along the ground. Pretty good shot.
Lovely shot. And when you have those kinds of shots in your arsenal, why would you think that it would be necessary to go cross batting to a wide delivery outside the off stump?
And these guys, you know, they should use these matches as opportunities to get good practice and but play good shots
Instead of
in the pros
thinking,
instead of the wide slog.
instead of thinking that you have to play down to the competition.
Yes.
And I have been a strong advocate lately of him getting the opportunity to play at the other level, but again, he has to be more circumspect and more disciplined in his approach.
His
Because
approach to the game.
the couple of times that I've seen him bat, he looked to have had all the tools, but
That's a full toss
only to end up giving it away.
over cow corner.
Well, that one did stay inbound, Frankie,
Yes.
inside of the fence, so there's no need for a
Change
change
of ball.
unless it would have lost its shape being struck down there to mid-wicket. Another maximum,
Another
Frankie?
maximum. I think that will take us to 112.
Okay, Frankie, you were quick.
112? Yes.
You were quick on it. Can you give yourself a little tick there, Frankie?
Okay, I'll take a pat on the back for that.
This is the 6th over, and like I
Yes,
said,
yes, it
Frankie,
is.
it seems like it's going on a snail's pace. That one is going to go out.
Oh,
so
that's outside the ground. Oh my goodness.
Flipper is going to have to respond by throwing in another ball. Another one was sent out there ahead of. I don't see where the ball is being replaced.
I hope we don't have to send to get ball. I hope they have balls there. At the rate we're going.
This is not a good sign. It's not a good sign.
Oh. What can we say here? Carnage, we're looking for words to describe what's going on here. But the bowling looks tame, to say the least. Yes, you're bowling to experienced and very established batsmen in Cornwall and James there. But
well, Frankie, what I
we're
can,
seeing no kind of effort
Resistance?
and variation or
what I can say
bowling.
to you that the only thing that can stop this carnage is if the game ends up being rain affected.
And as we see some drizzle rain start to come here now.
And if I was in the place of if I was in the shoes of the lawmen, I would be doing the rain dance.
I hope the rain saved them. Oh, the ball has been retrieved. Wonder what condition. Wonder which one that is, the first one or the second one.
Boy, I tell you. And it looks like what they've opted to do is to try to find at least 2 more that they can have as replacement. But like I was saying, Frankie, I was advocating for Kofi James to be elevated to the next level.
In terms of what, Leeward Islands cricket?
No, not Leeward Islands. I'm talking
West
about
Indies?
beyond. They can't do any worse.
Well, has he done enough to merit selection to that level? The West Indies?
Look, you would agree, Frankie, that the West Indies level is not the level that you can use as a yardstick to.
Well, no. Well, maybe what I should ask, does he have the stats behind him in terms of runs? And
Well, you've gone with
wickets
stats.
to merit a call up to that level.
All right, I think that's a very, very good point. But you have gone with stats, and you have fallen short of what is recommended or what is good enough. So maybe we should try to move away, especially where Caribbean cricket is concerned. Maybe we need to start to move away from the stat line and look at the actual potential. Because if you do that, you will not have to be put in the class of people operating by the Foods method of trial and error.
Okay. So you are saying that we should be able to have our scouts or selectors looking at
Once in a while,
players
at least bring them into the camp.
and can spot that talent
Correct.
and give them a chance without much first-class cricket
Correct.
under their belt.
Correct. Correct. Because we have tried those who are Caribbean bullies, and they've ended up falling short. So I would think that it's about time that you bring a couple of these guys into the setup, see what they have in the nets, look at the real or raw potential, and go from there.
And go from there. So throw them in at the deep end.
Yes, yes, throw them into the fire. You see, because at the rate at which we're going, there are too many people who will still be around long after you and I are gone, who were filled with nothing but potential.
Yes, Hillary.
Yeah.
I'm just getting an update from the score. It's 118 without loss after 6.
Still scoring at just about 20 and over.
Yes.
That will be 2 runs short of...
Jimbo is on 94.
Well, I did say to you, Frankie, it would be long before the 10th over.
And his ball, I beat the keeper. Wait for the signal from the umpire.
That looks like buys. No, you got to...
You got a touch? No signal from the umpire. Okay.
Even that will be taken. Wouldn't want that on your on your score sheet as a run, but nevertheless.
So Jimbo moves to 95.
And I mean, the bowler should think that he's a whole lot safer with Kofi James.
Oh, yes.
Nice floating delivery. Played back along the pitch.
Bernhard. Devon.
Swept down to a wide fine leg, or that would be considered the backward of square. 4 runs, so it's now 122. And the bowler would think that he has a chance with Kofi James, Frankie.
122. Yes, but well, chance.
Or he has a better chance.
A better chance. Put it that way. Yes.
And I've been told by Ian Gore that we're going to
Oh my goodness! Someone has
Lost in the Sky. He's going to be caught. No. Comical effort from.
6 more.
Is that Cornelius or was it Shedrack? Comical effort.
It looks like Cornelius. Oh,
No, unless he picks up 6 runs.
that's 6 more.
So the score is now 128 without loss in the 7th over.
Here we go again. Over. One more. I'm searching for words.
128, Frankie. The most you can do is give the people, the listeners or the viewers, give them an update on the score and the state of play.
Yes, but it's becoming, this is beyond the comical. Here we go again, driven on the ground.
Well fielded down here at
Batsman take a
long,
single.
wide, long off,
Long off.
and they've taken a single.
End of the over.
And noticeably, Cornwall has given up the strike.
Yes.
I thought for 1 minute that he was trying to manipulate the strike. 129, yes, with a single. Notice that I don't wait on the scorer.
Well, yes, I don't have a calculator in my head like you.
Oh, Frankie, come on, come on.
I just... So, James has retained the strike.
Going at a snail's pace. It would be nice to get Kofi James' score. Is it 28 for...
He should be, I think that's 90 something. He should be in the 20s. Huh? Should be
40?
40?
That cannot be right.
Uh,
That cannot be right, Frankie.
That's the score, 129 is the score now. Cornwall is on 95.
Right, you still would not be left with enough runs to give him 40 runs.
No.
Plus, we've had at least...
Done something doesn't sound right. Yeah, this first ball in this, the 8th over, it's played for a single.
Score is now 130 without loss, and this is the 8th over.
Yes. Cornwall back on strike.
And we should be joined by the seasoned veteran, John, in the commentary booth. Is this when I take my leave, Frankie, that I've overstayed my welcome?
Not at all.
That John.
You do see a third headset there.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought you were throwing me out of the house.
no, not at all. Can't really see any person out. Oh, good stop. Well, ish stop by the youngster. The single to Cornwall, taking him to 96 and the score to 1.
And I would say that
31.
Cornwall is one strike away from 100.
Oh,
And that would be a record, Frankie. It would be interesting to know if the scorer,
has
who
him.
by the way is a makeshift scorer,
Yes. If he has him
that's
out.
not one of his better traits. I think he was a better cricketer than he is a scorer. But it would be interesting to see if Cornwall has faced 36 balls. Stroke down
Stroke
to
and cover point.
another single. Score is now 131, is it? Or 135?
Wait for confirmation from the scorer.
Coming off a thick inside edge down to wide long on.
Backward square.
Oh, is he? Yes. Backward square, and he moved.
Batsman walked a single. Bowl him.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
I can see the jubilation,
Jubilation on whose part?
the bowler.
Oh, okay. They all look.
Chalk that up to youthful enthusiasm or exuberance.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking for the enthusiasm that you're speaking about from all the players, any of the players out there. For the lawmen.
He did pump his fist into the air.
Okay.
That's the usual celebration.
Yeah.
But the first wicket, that of Kofi James,
Kofi James.
bowled all over the place, and we will get his score
We'll get his score in a moment.
eventually.
How much?
I-
42?
Cannot be, there's something wrong. 42 and 95. 96.
Something.
Yes, because you would have extras to be added into that.
That's it. And Cornwall.
Rubbed on the pads, loud appeal. No, says the umpire, Miller.
So what's the score now? Score 130.
seeking clarification. Who is the official scorer? Downstairs.
130 on it.
Cannot be out like that. He's given out.
Walking.
And he is walking.
He's walking before the umpire gave the signal. So Cornwall goes. Trying to, what was he trying there?
Reverse sweep. I know.
My goodness.
Ill-advised.
Yeah, ill-advised is, but I don't know.
Totally uncalled
The
for.
problem I have with these players, even the way James got out playing this wild, I don't know. As we see the new batsman going out, it looks like Hayden Walsh Jr.
Yes.
from the walk. Yes. So that's the ball of the second wicket in the ninth over. The score 132. We're going to get confirmation of that from the score in a minute. Cornwall.
And while you're at it, Mr. Scorer, can you get how many balls Cornwall would have faced?
Hillary, you're asking quite a lot. This is a makeshift scorer.
Yes,
Not the
So,
official scorer.
so I think that
1 second. The score is 146. Okay. So, okay.
the official score is 146, Frankie.
That's what he says. As we, pardon us here, as we do some shifting, as our senior commentator has just joined us.
Stroked up to long on for a single. Hayden Walsh is off the mark.
Hayden Walsh off the mark, and he's at the wicket with who?
Would that one be Brent Joseph? O'Shane Thomas?
Joshua Grant is the batsman out there with Hayden Walsh Jr.
Joshua Grant, yes. And he comes in at number 4. Stroke
Yes.
down to wide long off for a single.
I am looking at the action of
As we welcome
John Baptiste.
Yes, good afternoon, listeners. Good afternoon, my fellow commentators. Good to be here at Ball Beef. And yeah, good cricket so far.
Good cricket. Well, good cricket. 6 more.
Hayden Walsh Jr. getting in on the action. 6 over
Well,
wide mid-wicket.
was that a maximum?
Yeah, that
Yes.
cleared
That
the
cleared
wide mid-wicket boundary.
Frankie,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that next time that I bring my extra glasses for you.
Oh, well, you know it is.
That cleared the boundary by at least 8 meters.
Well, if you look just in front of us here, this railing is kind of barring my vision as
Okay,
the ball
thank you.
reached that section of the field.
That is a plausible excuse, of course. And I will take that into consideration the next time that I'm tempted to.
I'll consider changing my glasses as well.
That's that.
So Cornwall left us for 96 or 95.
Yes, 96.
I think he reached the 96. Throw away a chance to put a 3 figures against his name.
Right, and you should be reminded that he was dropped when he was just about 20. He was on 20.
Yes, an easy catch. But all the more reason why he should say, let me take advantage and get these 3 figures against my name. 3-figure score.
All right, guys, we've been getting some licks on our message board in terms of the score. So, guys, we're just trying to correlate with the scorer and get you some up-to-date scores. So just bear with us at the moment as we try to get all the scoring in line. I think we're in over number 10. And so the batsman there, thus far, we have Hayden Walsh Jr. He's on 7, and Joshua Grant, he just moved up to 4, not out.
Okay. Which end did they start bowling from, Hillary?
That end.
That end.
The same one.
So this must be over number 11 then.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, it must be 11 now.
Okay.
Frankie, the scoring has considerably slowed
Yes.
to a snail's pace. 2 new batsmen at the wicket, having lost the 2 openers, Cornwall and Kofi James.
Kofi James.
Struck down to wide long on for a single.
Just goes to show you that when you're playing this game, you should, always be giving that 100%. The game can change in an instant.
Well, frankly, I did not agree that they were going to score 400 anyway. I was not in agreement.
If my memory serves me correctly, you suggested anything that was near 600.
Well, frankly, I'm gonna try to make my way out of any commitment that I would have made in the first place. But I think that's
What's the name of the bowler?
200
Is that
certainly on the card.
is that Kenrick Scott bowling there? Oh, that's Barnard.
Not sure. Catch him.
Should be caught. No. Gallant effort down there on the mid-wicket
Might be
boundary.
Scott.
But
That's 6 for Grant.
This is becoming monotonous, John.
All right, let's see if we can get the scoring. How many overs there? That would be 11 if it started from that end.
They started from that far end.
So that means that's 11 overs completed. You have a score yet? Score for a scorer?
Yes, I am. Let me get you another thing we can add. Oh, you get enough? Okay, there's a space.
Somebody come in. All right, so the number 1 for police. I'm trying to.
You get that name?
well, that's what happens when you arrive in your commentary position late, John. You're going to always play catch up, and I'm going to make way for someone much more important than I am.
Oh, that's big.
That's another big one.
The newly installed.
That's a new ball needed.
Out of the ground again. As in,
Can I get to say my goodbye?
huh?
I'm going to be replaced by the esteemed.
Oh, okay. You sure you don't want to?
No, frankly, I'm going to give way to you.
Okay.
Ready scores. Ready, I'll get the scores.
Do I see the singing son behind me there, John? In the flesh. Haven't heard you yet for the year.
I just came back, so you'll hear from me by next weekend.
Okay, great.
So tucked down the ground by Hayden Walsh Jr. We do apologize to our listeners as there's a little disconnect with the scoring, and we're still trying to get a tally What I can tell you for sure is Hayden Walsh, he's on 15 not out, and Joshua Grant, he's on 10 not out as Grant faces.
These things are around sweeps it backward square like man on the boundary as they amble a single.
Okay, so the scorer is saying that the score is now 159. 159. Oh, that's a bad piece of fielding there by the gentleman there on the long on boundary. And so 4 runs going to Hayden Walsh Jr. They're tugging that there to a wide long on position. The fieldsman there should have got his body behind of that. Probably was a half chance, but it eluded him and went into the wide long on boundary. Score goes up to 163, and this one is hit behind square and another boundary again. So Hayden Walsh Jr. dealing in boundaries. So the score goes up to 167, as that one was a bit fuller, and he just clipped that behind square, beating the man there on the square leg boundary, and 4 more runs. So the score rattles up to 167.
167 as we're in the 12th over.
Yes, we should be in the 12 from my calculations. What was given to me.
Okay. At this rate, we're looking at a score of great proportions, if I put it that way.
So, Frankie, at the end of over number 12, I have it that the score is 167 for 2. Hayden Walsh Jr., he's on 23 not out, and Joshua Grant, the right-hander, he's on 11 not out.
Okay, as we say good day to, just being joined here by Clement Joseph in the commentary position. Mr. Joseph, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon to listeners of this brilliant game of cricket here in Antigua and Barbuda, the village of Liberta. The match between the Liberta village and the police.
Blackhawks, Liberta Blackhawks, yes, and the police.
And police.
Okay. Mr. Joseph, if you could introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm a cricket enthusiast, as a spinner from the far end bowls, going for the big hit, beaten outside the off stump. And I'm from the Commonwealth of Dominica. I reached as far as making the trial team for the under-19 cricket team in Dominica.
Okay.
Did not get further than that. Played first division cricket for the police for some years. And this one is struck hard and high between deep backward square and mid-wicket for 6. Here comes the signal now from the umpire. 6 runs. According to the scoreboard, the score should move to 178.
173, I have.
But we have 173 up here for loss of
2.
2 wickets. We have Hayden Walsh of West Indies fame, who is the non-striker. And the other batsman is
Joshua Grant.
Joshua Grant. He moves up to...
Grant is now on 17. Sorry, 17.
Grant is 17 and
Hayden Walsh is 23.
Walsh is 23, having hit
Having hit 2 6s and 2 4s.
2 4s. Looking quite in form. The last batsman out, I understood, went for 97.
Raheem Cornwall, yes.
It was the Raheem Cornwall.
Yes.
Yes. So
I was lamenting, saying he should have taken the opportunity to put the 3 figures against his name, but
yes.
Unfortunately.
And this is the type of cricket we expect in the West Indies, where people who play for the West Indies at this level of cricket
Of course.
should score consistently.
Yes,
And
and score heavily.
yes, as well as the bowlers should be washing away the opposition.
Exactly.
Then we have arguments when the West Indies team is selected and certain persons are left off.
Yes. But it's been easy going for the Liberta Blackhawks today. The bowling has looked anything but intimidating or penetrating.
As Jeff Boycott, looking at Adam Sanford once bowling, said that his granny bowled faster than that. And there is Grant just pushing that one in the outside. Fielder moving in quickly. A short point, but there was some good running between the wickets by the batters and single.
Get a single.
Moves up to 18. Grant moves up to 18. Score goes to 174.
So continuing about me, I am the Director of Public Prosecutions in Antigua, and
Okay.
I love cricket. This one is going hard and high.
Down this way.
Sorry, but along the ground rather to the man down there. And
Mid-wicket boundary. Did they take a single?
that's what I'm concerned about. They did?
Yeah, they took a
They
single.
did
Okay,
take a
yes.
single. Yes,
Was
Grant,
left-
Grant is on strike.
Is that a signal of a no ball there?
Oh,
Okay, that may be a no ball signal by the umpire. So the score goes up to 176.
Here comes the
free hit. Is
Free hit
is it
signal.
free hit? Okay.
So we expect Grant to muscle his way into this delivery. And hard and high over bowler's head.
6.
And there goes the signal.
6 more.
Grant goes up to 24. Score rattles up to 183. 183 for 2. We're in over number 13.
This is a long afternoon for the lawmen.
And this one punches cover area. Man moving around to his right.
This field.
This fields and they'll settle for one, it appears.
So,
I've been
Mr. Joseph, I say congratulations on your appointment.
Oh, thank
recent
you.
Appointment as
Thank you,
DPP.
sir.
Welcome to Antigua.
Thank you. Thank you. Coming from the Turks and Caicos, there was some cricket there. The quality was not probably as good as this. But it was something to enjoy in the absence of nothing.
So they do have cricket leagues there?
Well,
in
yes,
Turks?
we have one league. We have about sometimes 7 teams, and we would do a T20 tournament like every 6
185.
months.
185. Okay, so guys, sorry to cut you there, guys. At the end of over number 13, police batting first here in this Sir Vivian Richards Thursday League game.
Liberta batting.
Sorry, Liberta batting in the Sir Vivian Richards Thursday League. They're 185 for 2. 185 for 2 off of 13 overs there. And the batsmen there would be Hayden Walsh and Joshua Grant. Let me tally up these scores shortly for you. 14, 15.
Another swipe. Hayden Walsh certainly not wasting time here, taking up where Cornwall left off. And that one has gone for 6, another maximum. Over wideish, long on. And it's becoming and looking all too easy here for the Liberta Blackhawks.
Okay, an adjustment in the score, guys. It's actually 193. 193. Now looking at the scoreboard to the west of the corner there, so it's 193.
Okay, 193 for 2. Four more. Similar position. Widest long on. This time one bounce into the boundary. It's becoming, not becoming, it's all too easy here for the Liberta Blackhawks.
I agree with you. It's indisputed that the batting is at will.
Yes. Well flighted again.
And he's bowled him. The bowler is quite animated at that one, getting his breakthrough there. But Hayden Walsh with a quick fire 35 there.
And this is my disappointment with these players, Hayden Walsh now. I mean, that's just totally irresponsible, I think. The shot he played, I mean, there's nothing in the ball. Well tossed up. They have to be hit, but he just totally missed it. very disappointing end. Yeah.
So
And
197. So the wicket goes down at 197 for 3.
197 for 3. We are in the
14th
14th
over.
over.
I will say this to you, Frankie, and Joseph is listening. Although I came a bit late, but what I saw of Hayden Walsh, even in the batting, yes, he hit some big boundaries, but to me it was just more a slugging event than really playing some proper cricket stroke.
Yeah.
When you go to the highest level, you won't get through with these wild slugs. You understand? And so
Exactly.
what you want to see is some level of class, some level of, as you said, the commitment, the dedication. And I'm afraid the guys are not taking the game serious enough
Seriously.
to understand this is a part of their development. This is a part of their growth in the game, and it's an opportunity for them.
Opportunity to get in the practice.
Yeah.
So, get more cricket under their belt and work on their craft.
Well, the new batsman there, that looks like Elroy Francis Jr. And this one is coming off of a thicker outer half of the bat, going down to the third man, and they get one. So Francis is off the mark there.
Like he was contemplating turning for the second run, but he slipped. But
Yeah, but Joseph, just to go back to a point that you, if I can say Joseph.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, yes, we want to see the West Indian batsmen and bowlers do excel at this level, but you want to see them playing some good cricket strokes, really thinking about the game.
Yes.
I'm watching here, yes, Hayden Walsh hit a few boundaries, but it just looked like he was slugging and not really getting in line with the delivery and really getting himself in the right position. And I really would like to see them taking that aspect of their game a little more serious, even at this level.
I fully agree with you. And what was concerning was when he was returning to the pavilion, how he was laughing as if it was not a serious
not
issue.
a serious issue.
The ball, we have to give the credit to the bowler. It was well flighted, and he was deceived by the flight. But had he played to the merits of the ball, he could have still been there. Every ball was not deserving to be struck for 6. And, your team is quite ahead, so you can establish some credibility for yourself. You do not have to go, trying to put all this thing at the end of or at every delivery. So I fully agree with your assessment there.
Well, that wasn't a bad over. I want to believe one of the better overs we would have had, 189. So 4 runs coming out of that over from my calculation there, 189. So unfortunately, maybe shouldn't say this over the air, we just don't have the numbers for the police team, so it's a bit difficult to identify the players. But that looks like Kenrick Scott.
On the ball now. Okay, so they're going for the second run. Well run.
Let's go to run in there. Score goes up to 191. 191 for 3.
Okay. Well, the runs scoreboard keeps on ticking. Ticking over. You're saying 191. What is the scoreboard? They say 201.
It's 201. 201, correct.
201.
So that's 4 runs there again for James. Peppering the onside there. 4 runs. So the score goes up to 205. So the 200 is up, guys.
Yes.
Like a runaway train there.
And we are in the 15th over, are we?
Yeah, we're in over number 15.
Halfway through.
Clever little ball in there by Scott, just pushing that one through just a little bit quicker, but James keeping his eye there and just playing that into the offside.
Played out long off. In a single.
Score goes up to 206, and my maths tell me that Joshua Grant, he now moves up to 33. 33, Elroy Francis just coming to the crease, and he's on 1 not out.
So Liberta appears to have And we're in the what? 14th, 15th over?
15th over.
15th over. 5 overs left.
No, it's
About 4 point something overs left.
4.2, 4.3.
And this is swinging
Umpire
against.
is
the
shaking his head and
and
he's giving
eventually
out.
putting his hand up.
a long delay by the umpire there. Eventually giving the batsman out.
Yes, that is Steve Buckner.
Very Steve Buckner-ish there.
So the fourth wicket goes down. The score 206 for 4. Elroy Francis Jr. not coming to the party here, and he got dismissed. LBW. It looks like Kenrick Scott, as we said, from the far end or the village end. If I get it right. The police end, police station end.
Police station end. Yes.
Yeah. So. And again, gentlemen, I would say another youngster, another one who's trying to put his name on the map, on the card, and you would expect these are the opportunities they would want to grab with two hands,
Yes.
but not really coming through here.
He looked most displeased with the umpire's decision there. But
But it's fine in the absence of review.
yes,
And we can say that the review has shown him to be no bat involved, and and he's out.
but as John Baptist said, Elroy Francis Jr. is another one who is making his name in Antigua and Leeward Islands cricket, I should say. And we expect and we want to see more from them.
Yes.
Well, the new batsman there, Gavin Tongue. I haven't heard that name in a while in our local cricket, but Gavin Tongue is at the crease.
Gavin Tongue.
Former West Indies fast bowler. Yeah.
Gavin Tongue of Bethesda.
Bethesda, yes.
That is him.
And
You're positive about that, John?
I'm well, that's what I've been informed of.
Okay.
Okay, guys, at the end of over number 15, batting first, the Liberta Blackhawks. They are 206 for 4. 206 for 4, so we have another 5 overs to go.
4? Is it?
It's 4 or 5. 15 overs gone, so.
Five overs.
Okay, guys, at the end of over number 15, batting first, the Liberta Blackhawks. They are 206.
And that is a healthy total by any standards in 2020 cricket.
Yeah, definitely.
And an uphill for the police. We'll have to see some explosive batting from the police should they be able to recover from this onslaught from Rakeem Cornwall and to an extent
Kofi James.
Kofi James
James.
at the start, yes, and Hayden Walsh kept
And
the
Hayden
score.
Walsh
Kept the
is-
score going too.
Well, police looks like they're going back to some pace, some quick bowling. That looks like, is that Shadrach? Vincent Shadrach Jr.?
It looks that way to me.
He's very meticulous in setting his field, trying to get his field set.
So 5 more overs. How many more overs to go? 4?
I have 15, so it should be 5.
5, okay. Another 51 we get on the scoreboard. Any predictions?
I'm putting it at 60.
Oh, he has gone
This
all the
one
way.
is gone over cover, extra cover for 6. And what a beautiful shot. And the field looks more like I don't know what is the intent of the field placing. There is a man on the deep mid-wicket boundary between mid-wicket and long on. There is a short square leg, short leg slip area. Cover, deep extra cover. And yet he was of no use for that last delivery.
Yeah.
There is a man at long off here.
Long on. as
Long
well.
on. There is a third man.
Yes, there is.
And this one is 4.
4 more.
Short of side here, some got back and cracked that one back with a point rather,
Point.
for 4.
Score goes up to 216.
So back home we say the runs boat is in town. And it's,
Scoreboard
it's-
ticking on.
it's flowing.
Well, what happened there? The first delivery, he was right up. James Grant, got onto him and hit him over the cover, and then he decided to pull one back a bit short, and he just slapped it
Slapped it back with
square the
point.
wicket.
And this
And
one,
this
This one
one
looks like more
yeah,
height
but
than
Akin to a comedy show, you see?
I didn't want to say it.
But the ball dropped, and we can give him a pass on that one because it dropped and it kind of spun away from him.
No. I'm sorry.
So that's 3 deliveries and 2 fours and a 6.
So Grant is now, from my tally, is rushed up to 47. So he's 3 away from his half century here.
Let's see what the bowler comes with now.
And his upper sleeve recovers a man from long off run into his left. Only a single. And when we go back and we look at this game, we will figure out that this over probably should not have been bowled by this bowler. And we will try to figure out in the post-mortem what should have happened, or what was best. Over there, Wicket, he runs away and bowls and pitched up outside the off stump, going for the big hit, but seemed to have been a stifled shot. Just out to the man there, so a short point.
And they amble a single.
222 for 4. We're in over number 16.
Wow.
This is going to be interesting.
A weak throw.
Very slow response from the fielder there.
It's two runs they run, right? 2
Yeah,
runs.
they got
Yes,
two.
they took 2.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's his half century, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, I have him as a half century there.
He should be exactly
10,
50.
17, yeah, exactly
Yes.
50.
Okay.
And the score goes up to 224. Yes, so that's 50 for
Grant.
50 for Grant. He struck 4 maximums, 4 sixes, and 3 boundaries.
When I came, I think he was about 17, and he has displayed some secure hitting, I should say. And he appeared to be one who took his time trying to go for his targets, and rather than being indiscriminate about his batting.
Yes.
And for that,
So it's the police has now decided to go to all-pace attack. The bowler from the far end, is that Richie Thomas? I'm not certain. Does the bowling looks like that's hiked into the mid-wicket region, falling just short of the fieldsman there. So one more for Tongue.
I must say, I thought Gavin Tongue had long hung up his boots.
Well, I'm sure if you give Joseph a chance, he'll want to go back on the cricket field too.
probably, you know. I was listening to one of Sparrow's song. He said they used to say the birdie old, you know, he can't do it again. So Boy Blue and them decide they want to lick him down. But he was the Calypso king of the world. So
Yes, indeed.
It's bowling.
And there goes Tongue.
So that does look like Richie Thomas just bowling one full angling across the batsman, and Gavin never really looked too settled, never really looked like he was going anywhere, and he was comprehensively bowled there. So wicket number 5 goes down, and the score is 226 for 5. And Tongue, from my calculation, he made just added 2 runs to the score chart.
Okay. Him indeed, as I look at him.
Well, one thing for sure, Joseph, the batsmen, they don't seem to mind when they're out. When they come out, they're all laughing and grinning. And like, it's something is not too nice out there. They want to be back out in back here in the pavilion.
probably they had a conversation which was cut short by them having to go to the wicket. And but they definitely, well, we can say that Gavin Tongue doesn't need to be, you know, so interested in coming back to the pavilion. But the youngsters should be.
Should be, exactly. The new batsman there is Brent Joseph. So that's Brent Joseph.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And he gets off the mark immediately, just swiveling one behind a square there. So, Joseph, what was your discipline in cricket? You're a bowler, batsman? Don't tell me all rounder. Everybody like to say all rounder.
No, I wasn't an all-rounder. I used to think I was a batsman, opening batsman.
Oh, we'll
dropped
get back
catch.
to that. That was a dolly of a catch there, and the fieldsman there, the number 2. Looks like a little youngster, but still
Yes.
something that you would expect him to gobble up. And he put that down there. So who got that single? That would have been Joshua getting that single. My goodness. This was huge.
This one is out of this world.
Is that it?
We are going to need a new ball.
Well, it looks
Oh, it's
like
red.
if
Um,
maybe there's something. The fieldsmen are walking off the field.
the umpires have
Umpires are removing the bails, so it's all official.
Is that the 20th over?
We have to. Oh, time.
Time,
Okay,
okay.
so we understand the time has elapsed, and so the
Oh.
innings come to an end at over number 16, and I have the score at 234. 234 for 5 off of 16 overs. So, guys, I guess police would be the one that would be welcoming this time.
Well, from the start, I was making the comment with Hillary right when we started that they were going about it, the fielding team were going about it in a very lethargic, lackluster way, as if there was somewhere else they would rather like to be. Granted, they were being slaughtered, but I mean, they were really taking their time out there, change over between overs was not good at all. So I'm not surprised that the time as it's 4 o'clock now. Okay, they started at 2 o'clock. Or was it now 2:30? Thereabouts.
So some penalty runs are added.
I don't know the conditions there. No, I don't know the match conditions. I'd have to ask what the producer, but it was really not a good showing in terms of the application, the approach by the policemen. Very long. Your fellow commentator, okay, Hillary's down there, he's going to have a few words. So. There you have it, Shadrach saying, well, his first comment suggests to me that they have given up hope. Chances are little or none. And yet he's saying they have, yet he contradicted that and said that they have not given up hope. It's a game of cricket and anything can happen. One ball takes a wicket. So we'll just have to wait and see. We hope that the policemen, the lawmen, apply themselves appropriately when their turn at the crease begins. But it was very easy going for the Liberta Blackhawks in terms of the batting and hitting boundaries at will. We have to get the situation in regards to the time running out and if there's any penalty applied to the police team for not getting through their overs in the allotted time. We don't know if runs will be added to the Liberta total, but we'll find that out shortly. We are preparing to have a word with the Liberta captain, Raheem Cornwall, as we go in.
See if you can hear it.
Hey. Tidy? How you doing? My element.
Just confirm for me, Mr. Producer. 16 overs or both? 2.5 hours. So, okay. So, so the bat is. Oh, they have to bat 16 overs, not 20. Just confirming with the producer there that time run out, yes, they only got in 16 overs. That was a Johnny Frederick, coach of the Liberta Blackhawks team. 234 runs.
So I seemed when I arrived at the park, I seemed to have just missed one of my favorite batters in West Indies cricket, Cornwall, who had just out for a magnificent, from all reports, 97.
97. He was really hitting the balls to all corners of the field.
Okay, and then I was greeted by Hayden Walsh Jr. It is,
Yes.
who scored a quick fire 35, some 4 sixes in that over.
I thought he looked good in that he was playing aggressive shots, but not slugging it as far as you know.
And then we had a Grant at the wicket at the same time, and Mr. Grant went on to score 50 odd not out, and he had a very decent innings.
Now let's say number 4 is
Jaron Jones.
Jaron Jones.
Jones. So he's on the non-striker end. Is that Kenrick Scott up there?
Not sure.
That's Bowler.
Sorry? This look like Gavin. Is it Gavin Tong? Is that Gavin Tong, John?
Yeah, Gavin Tom.
You're open the bowling.
Former West Indies bowler, Gavin Town, will be bowling from the commentary end over the wicket. Left-handed cut, and this one he pulls it, or attempts to pull it away. Seem to have got an inside edge. Was it?
Yes. Ball went down on the leg side. Well,
No run.
no run.
How soon are we going to see, or do we expect to see Cornwall and Walsh on the ball? I think I might be wrong, but I think that would make quick end of this game. And this one is struck from the meat of the bat, punched through the covers, square on the offside for 4.
That looked like
He went all the
Look,
way.
it went all the
Yes. Went all the way.
No, it-
Six signal right here.
6 square on the offside of the wicket. That's a beautiful shot.
Yes. Well hit.
Yes. Out of the ground.
Oh, a magnificent shot there.
Yes, it is. What appeared to be something struck square on the offside.
The batsman is
Kenrick Scott.
Henrik Scott.
He opens his account.
The ball went out of the ground.
Yes, it did.
Okay, went through. Oh well, but it bounced.
Bounced and went over
the fence.
the fence.
Okay.
This is the type of innings that the police needs in order to stay close.
To stay close, I have
But they
any
would have to
chance.
do so without losing wickets and consistently maintain that run rate. Can they do it?
Well, time will tell.
Time will tell.
Gavin Tongue just ambling up there, but I must say, you can see the strength in his shoulders. He still has that zip, even swell. But he just ambles up to the wicket and then delivers. Let's see if that will make him put a little more oomph into it. Oh,
This one is along the ground and square on the offside.
really pulled that back well. Yes, he doesn't really have the legs. The batsman crossing for 2.
And Scott looks good. I
Yes.
think he's middling the ball, and dare say good things ahead for Scott.
Well, let's hope he continues. Because too often we see, especially when a side batting second and chasing a mammoth score, they slug from ball 1, which is not really necessary. You should at least try and play good cricket shots, get your eye in, so to speak, and then accelerate.
Well, there is the opposing side to that, where it's necessary to set the tempo to chase after those runs because you have a mammoth total, and probably if you use up dot balls, then it's going to be, and that one is pulled away from mid wicket, beating the man down there, and it's 4. So
Look at that fielder there. Did you get the impression he
was interested.
was interested? I think they know. They know there's a mammoth total, so giving them boundary here or there would not affect them, but you can never tell.
Well, if they're not interested, and the runs is going to creep up on them because
Exactly.
The score is now what?
12.
12. And this one is again struck. And there's some good work down there under the backward square boundary. Limit them to 2 runs.
You got 2 or 1? They got
1 it was, sorry. 1. Scott is now at the non-striker's end.
Yes. So that's 13 runs on the board already. So
Well, the asking run rate is 14.625. So they have just reached their shot still. They got 14 out of the first over.
okay.
And as I said, the asking rate is 14.625 if they're going to get that 235 for victory. So after over number 1, in pursuit of 235 for victory, Police, they off 14 without loss. Kenrick Scott, he's on... I missed the boundary here. He does 6 and a 4, so he's on 13. Yeah, Kenrick Scott is on 13, while Jaron Jones, he just faced a solitary ball at the end there, and he got a single. He's on 1. But Joseph, as in that conversation, if you were the coach of Police, what would you have been saying to them in the break in terms of how they approach this total?
Somebody has to be aggressive. And we see Scott being aggressive. And Jones should just play a supporting role at this time. Because even though Scott is being aggressive, he has to be careful not to give his wicket away, but to pick the bad balls to dispatch. And
Well,
everyone seems to be aggressive.
Jaron Jones is joining the party there. 4 runs.
This one was pitched up and struck hard.
Ball was there to be hit.
Yes, it was.
Trying to get the name of this bowler. Can't make him out. Let me see what you have on. You have the Liberta list there.
So the Police are now, what, 18?
18, yeah. 18 without loss.
18 without loss. And
Is that O'Shane Thomas?
It
He looks a bit burly.
It looks, now you say that, and
That looks a bit burly there. Let me just get confirmation of that.
it looks like it. No, yes.
this one is flicked off the pads down back of the square. The man down there, some nippy footwork, was able to stop it. But the batsman had crossed for 2.
Yes.
So Scott, not Scott, but Jones moves on to
7.
7. And O'Shane Thomas, Jamaican, is it? National?
Yes.
Played for the West Indies on a few occasions.
Yes.
And by now, in my opinion, should have had 3 wickets so far. No? But that is another story for a different day. His first ball pitched up, struck back past him for 4. Second ball was turned off the pads neatly into the onside for 2. And the third ball sort of hit about the body, but nothing too alarming. Runs away over the wicket from the far end. The ball to Jones down the leg side, waiting for the signal. Here comes the signal. It's a wide signal by the umpire. 14 in the first over, gentlemen.
Yes.
You should get about 10 in the second over. That's putting you right within
Yes.
striking distance. But it has to be
It has
consistent.
to be consistent. They have
And you have to not lose any wickets.
Okay, Curtis Crook saying they can't hear us. Curtis, are you hearing us better now?
This one is struck through mid wicket, and
They're taking 2. Yes, they're turning for the
there
second.
was. Is that Cornwall? No, that Cornwall is at slip.
No, that's Kadeem.
Kadeem.
Philip.
Kadeem whom?
Philip.
Philip.
Curtis, are you hearing us better now?
I must say, when I looked there, I thought it was Cornwall chasing that ball. Kadeem Phillip has put on a lot of size over the years.
Kadeem looked like he was going for an early morning jog there just a while ago, getting out to that ball. But O'Shane Thomas hustling in over the wicket. That one is short on it. Wow, that is pulled majestically, or hooked, I should say,
It's a
majestically.
no ball. It's a no
And
ball.
No ball as well.
So that's 6 to Javon James
Great
and
stuff
1 to
there.
the score.
Duran Jones is this.
Is it
No ball.
Jones?
Jones.
Jaron Jones.
Jones, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. 30. Sorry, the score goes up, rattles up to 30.
I enjoyed that one. A short ball and the batsman was back and hooking over backward square. Score rushes up to 30. That was a slog one.
That's 2 more runs there. So that was a 6. Then 2. So after over, the over is not completed yet. Okay,
No.
I maybe went somewhere wrong. So I have 32. Yes. So there's another delivery.
And
Oh,
the
this
no
was a no ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the no ball, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Thomas bustling again. And don't give it away, youngster. Short, maybe just over the off stump. Passing that shoulder height. Batsman played a swing when missed through to the keeper. So the end of the second over, 32.
32 without loss.
Without
So
loss.
a very good spirited start here for the police team. What I would say so far, what I've liked about, well, they've gone against your script a bit, Joseph. Duran now has taken the attack.
Yes.
But in all fairness to him, he has had most of the strikes, so he has utilized it to the best for his team. So we're going to see Tung. Tung will continue. So they're above the asking rate at the start of the innings. They needed 14.62. They are now up to 16. This one again is another short one and a stifled appeal. Well, that may be passed over this leg stump.
We see a man at the backward square waiting for that catch. A la Sawan, Ramesh Sawan. He just put the deep and bowl short,
Bowl short.
and Sawan is gone.
Oh,
And
that's
oh
nice.
my,
Wow.
that one screamed as extra cover. Beautiful shot there,
6 more.
and it's a 6. It's,
Is there a rule for ball above shoulder height? Is that a no ball? If the ball in this
No, not if it bounces. If it's a full, if it's without bouncing and it goes
You're
over
right.
the
Oh, the
waist,
waist,
go
the
over the
level of the
waist.
low ball,
I
Yeah.
know that, but
If it bounces and it goes over the shoulder, I think that's where it's called a wide.
Wide.
Yeah. I stand corrected, but that's.
I think that's a general rule,
okay.
if I may. Tongue now bowling around the wicket.
No, I asked and I'm wondering if it applies in this competition
Sure.
because the short ball that was earlier in this over to me appeared to go above shoulder.
It does.
Hmm?
It does. All international rules.
Okay.
Apply to this.
Apply here. Okay.
So Gavin Tongue, ex-West Indies fast bowler, Leeward Islands pacer, coming in around the wicket, and this one is stifled appeal there. Wow, almost an opportunity for a
4
run out,
runs
and
overthrow.
it benefited them. So Kadeem
4.
Phillip having a shy there at the stump and missed, and no one was there backing up, and so 5 runs.
I have this, gentlemen, I have this airy feeling that the police are going to get there. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But
So where was the Liberta team might have thought they had this game locked
locked
up.
up.
The
yes.
policemen will
So-
lock them up.
So no pun intended.
No funny.
Complacency seems to have these gentlemen looking, and that one is struck. Yeah, that seems to be Is that Walsh who fell in there
Yes.
at mid-off area? Single?
Batsman take a single.
Score goes up to 44. 44. 44 without loss.
In the fourth.
And with
In the third.
In the
Third over.
third. Oh,
That one is nice and full, and Scott trying to work that
oh.
on the onside, missing completely. And so dot ball to end the over. So at the end of over number 3, in pursuit of 235 for victory, the lawmen, they are 44 without loss.
So this is called Vivian Thursday.
So Vivian Richards Thursday League.
There's a league.
Yeah. And this
My ultimate hero, and if my brother is listening, my brother puts no one above Viv Richards. I was in Barbados and I met Sir Garfield Sobers, and I called my brother FaceTime and I asked my brother whether he knows this guy. So my brother said, he is the third batsman after Viv Richards, myself, and then him. So Sobers asked him, do you wear glasses? Because apparently you're not seeing.
O'Shane Thomas back into the attack, coming in quickly. And is that an edge? Is that a drop chance? Edge and coming to see if there's a signal by the umpire. Signal 4 runs.
There is an edge.
So there was an edge. So you saw a little venom there in O'Shane Thomas, really bustle in there. And there was Jones having a wild swing and getting the fortuitous 4.
Yes, that was an irresponsible shot there in the part of Jones. Things are going good. Just pick these balls and go for it.
But I think to get back to Sobers and Viv Richards, I think Sobers was by far the best cricketer.
My brother might be listening. That
Oh
is
my,
beautiful.
Is
short, and there was Scott, not Scott,
Jones,
but rather
Jones.
Jones on the back foot and swinging that one over square leg. And in comparison to the previous ball, where he almost gave his wicket away, we have been advocating to wait for the bad balls. They will come.
They will come,
As the police are on their way to victory. The 50 should be up, is it?
yes, the 50's up. It's 54. We're in over number 4. The pressure showing on O'Shane there, missing his run up.
Missing his run.
So in the power play, we're probably looking at about 60 runs thereabout.
Well, we have what? We have no. We should get more than 60 at
We
this
have
rate.
50. We have 50.
We are 54 now,
54. Okay.
and we're still in the
Four,
4 point.
yeah.
I have 4.2 overs. I
Oh,
hope
we
I'm
should put it
correct.
about.
We're in the fourth now.
No, we're in the 4. 3.2 overs.
Yeah.
Sorry, correct. Point of correction.
And the way O'Shane is bowling, they could be in the 70s, huh?
Short again.
No ball signal by the
No ball
umpire.
signal.
So no ball. No ball here. So the score goes up to 55. 55. Remember, the target here is 235. So police definitely not rolling over, not intimidated by this Liberta team. And they're really coming out all guns blazing.
The complacency being shown by Liberta will have to change because this match could slip away from them easily. Oh no, Mr. Jones.
Another no ball signal again. So
Oh, it's a free hit.
things are falling apart here for O'Shane Thomas.
Another no ball.
Yes, another no ball. Score goes up to 56. And we're just in the third. Sorry,
We're in
no, we're in the fourth over.
over.
We're in the fourth over, yes. So we have 2 no balls bowled back to back. And this one, does it have height? It has height, but has no distance, and should be an easy catch.
And it's
Oh my
short.
goodness gracious!
But it was a free hit.
Oh, it was a free hit. That's
So
true.
it's-
Yeah, it's a free
yes.
hit. So it would not have really mattered. But still,
Yeah, they should be. So Cornwall is actually looking away and he's pleading to the gods that after such a brilliant innings that he should not be let down like that. And I think this is where we call on the mighty gypsy captain.
The
This
ship
is
is
sinking,
sinking.
you know.
I think it's a little too early for that
Early?
chorus at the moment, guys. There's
Okay.
still quite a lot of runs to be had here,
Yes.
and police will need to bat
So
and
this-
bat and bat to
So
really.
so the season not rough yet.
Well, in
Yes.
my evaluation of what is in front of me here,
Okay. As a former police officer myself, many might say that there might be some bias. So I make that full and frank disclosure that I was a police officer, and as a director of public prosecutions, my duties take me to interact a lot with the police. So I may at times show some bias,
Just
but
a
it's
little bit of
unintended.
bias.
But it's
Unintended?
Yes.
Okay.
So there is number 14, who is Scott. And the first over, Scott looked really good. And then Jones took over thereafter.
yeah, Jones have really come to the party. Has actually silenced. Kenrick Scott has been an observer
Yes.
at the other end, but that's Shane Thomas now over the wicket to the left-handed Scott. And this one getting some good bunks there is Shane Thomas. Scott having a little buff outside of the off stump, but not making any contact. Okay, let me just get the score. So far, Scott is on 24. My tally is 24. And Jones, just give me a second. Let me. Jones is on 29.
This one, beautiful shot, 4 runs. Short offside the off stump, and there was Scott just standing up and delivering this, opening the face of the bat and slamming it through backward point for 4. A beautiful shot. I got a feeling.
I like Scott's approach here. He's
Yes.
batting well.
We have seen an injudicious shot from
From
Jones.
Yes,
but Scott has been careful, and he has picked his battles and picked them well
I think so.
to maximum effect.
Thomas comes in again. That looks wide.
Oh,
Yes,
wide call.
that signal as such. Yes.
O'Shane Thomas, when I first came on the scene, was somebody I advocated for. I thought he was quick,
Yes.
but then he became erratic and now ineffective. But
He doesn't seem to want to take care of his body, so to speak. He doesn't look fit.
Right.
He look a bit overweight, in my opinion.
my friend Speedo Victor, former fast bowler for my police team in Dominica, he found that O'Shane was too fast to be a bowler, according to Paul Kings Douglas. And that's
Again?
that's finding the gap again on the outside for 4. And Scott is standing and delivering.
Yes.
Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Okay, end of the over, is it?
Yes, so at the end of over number 4, finally, that over comes to an end. The score has rattled up to 66. Let me make sure am I with line? Well, I see the scoreboard has 63, but I have 66. But we'll get it, right? I think there was a couple wide and no ball that they may have missed, but I think that is the official score, so we'll have to go with the official scorers.
63 after 4.
We see Cornwall going back to his position at slip, which means
Not coming in.
he's not going to take the ball. We see a change of ball in here from the commentary end.
Seems like Elroy Francis Jr. John Baptist could confirm that.
Yes, that is Elroy.
Okay. Medium.
Medium pace. And he has marked out his run. He's going to attack over the wicket.
Ball into the right-handed Jones.
Did they make the correction? Okay, yeah, okay, zero. We are correct. It's 67, so after 4, 67.
67.
Yep,
Okay.
so the new bowler is, who's that? Elroy Thomas.
Elroy
Francis, Elroy Francis. I'm thinking of my colleague in the transportation sector by the name of Elroy Thomas.
Oh, okay.
But you know, this is something quite strange to me. I saw Elroy bowling, I think it was for the Antigua Masters in the Leeward Islands T20 Festival, and I saw him pacing. Normally, Elroy bowls a little spin,
Okay,
and but there he is now, seems to have been converted into a fast bowler.
Okay.
Not a good start.
Starts
Going
with a wide down the leg
way
side.
down the leg side. Score moves up to 68. So Police going well over 16, just about 16 runs and over. Another short one, and there's a loud appeal there by Elroy Francis, and the umpire not interested in that one. But one thing I must say, Barnett, Jones seems to be a happy hooker. He's not afraid.
Yes, he's swinging at everything.
He took on O'Shane Thomas,
Yes.
what we could call a world-class fast bowler, and treated him with disdain.
Yes.
So Francois, who looks like a medium-slow fast bowler, would be no exception. And this one is struck
Up to mid-off.
to mid-off, where there is Walsh, who shies at the wicket. And direct hit, but
Batsman well home.
yes, he's
Batsman
home.
is well.
And there is no damage done, a single taken. The score should move on to
69, yep.
Without loss. Police chasing 236, is it?
35. I think.
35 for victory. And Mr. John Baptist, my fellow commentator, informed us they are over 16 or over.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
initially required a
14, yep. So going good gun so far. But this is the challenge. Oh, and this one, it might be a catch.
No, it's over his
It's
head.
overhead. Oh my goodness.
It's way over his head.
Wow. I
For
thought
6 over long.
that did not look like that when he hit it first, but it really had some legs and it climbed
it
over.
did. I gauged that by the way Walsh was looking up. he had given up a long time ago.
Early.
I have been sanctioned. They say that I cannot sing Captain. I'll still sing El Cliffy. The gas sank almost here. And this one is struck again between the man there at short mid wicket, and there is Walsh running all the way around from long on.
And they get 2.
And they be paying attention. Probably could have scampered for a third. I am impressed by the police batting. They were doubted by the naysayers, aka my fellow commentators. But they have stepped up.
They have really, the opening batsmen have certainly.
But I hope they know at West Indies, as soon as the first wicket falls, that they all.
One out, all out.
Or like a
Well, Scotty's moved on to 40, so he has gone and he's overtook now Jerron Jones, and
That should be a no ball. That one was way off the wicket.
that should be 2 wides.
so the score itches up to 68. Not 68, 1, 2, 3,
70, isn't it?
78, sorry, 78. Thanks for the correction, Joseph.
Well, you were asking earlier how soon will we see Cornwall and Walsh on the ball?
That should be another
That
one.
should be another wide.
Oh my
And
goodness.
And he looks disgusted at home.
At who?
You have bowled 3 consecutive balls which are in a different zip code, area code from where we are at, and you are concerned that the umpire called them wide.
So 79, remember, a very mammoth task to overhaul, 235.
Misses his run.
Someone I think who was born into one of the West Indian greats, and Tony Cozy said, no matter what, you must continue to bowl that ball. You can miss your run up as much as you want, but eventually you're going to have to
You're going to have to bowl.
You're going to have to bowl. especially two batsmen who seem to be seeing the ball as big as a breadfruit. And
Right, I'll be changed to a spinner right there and just throw my hand over because the radar is way off.
Yeah,
if,
before
if Cornwall gives him another over, that would be treason. That ball was so slow.
So slow,
so
yeah.
into the hook so early.
well, I've even lost count with Elroy's Francis over. Yeah.
The end of the power play yet?
No.
How dare me suggest that they would have gotten to 60? How dare me suggest that they would have gotten to 60? No, that was treasonous, wasn't it?
Joseph, the police might have to lock you up now.
Yes.
We have to give you a lock up in Antigua. Huh?
Yeah. I will discontinue the case anyway.
But Joseph, you said you're coming from the is it Cayman Islands? You said
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. What's the cricket like there? I know you said it's not really too.
Mainly pretty expatriates. You have a strong Indian team. You have a strong Jamaican team.
Okay.
And the police are the perennial winners. They did not do too well. They did not do too well year before, the tournament before, but they picked up at this tournament because they made up of players from all over the Caribbean.
Okay.
And they really do well.
It looks like we're going to have a new bowler from the far end, left armer. I'll get the name for you. And this one is peeling off the edge, a chance for a catch. And the first wicket goes. So the new bowler, get his name for you shortly. There, Jerron James, not really getting in line with the delivery, kind of pulling away and the ball going away from him and only just lobbing it to a man there in the point region there.
It was not a ball that deserved the wicket.
No.
It was short outside the off stump and wide, and he went looking to hit it over point, but instead sent it straight to the arms of the fielder there at point.
He not playing.
And we have the first wicket at 81.
Yes, 81 for 1.
81 for 1.
Weaver. So that's Elvis Weaver who just came into the attack there and getting a wicket off of his first delivery. So well-needed breakthrough for the police, for the Liberta Blackhawks team. Jerron got onto a little flyer there, but he slowed down at the end. I'm just going to try and do his tally here for you. So
Number 10.
that looks like Damian Valentine, I think. He normally comes in, little diminutive left-hander, pushes the ball around. So we might have two left-handers in the wicket there. I think that's Damian Valentine.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Let me just tally the score here.
Number 10, yes, according to the sheet, Damon Valentine, number 10. So he's a new batsman.
He's a left-handed batter. So
Yes.
he will join Scott.
So we have two left-handers at the crease.
Let's see if he can keep the scoreboard ticking as the opening pair did.
So my tally gives Jerron Jones 30. He made 30. He struck 2 huge sixes and 2 fours, 2 boundaries. So he really did take the fight to O'Shane Thomas. So
Yes, he did. Successfully, we should say.
yes. So it's the left-handed Weaver. He has the magic hand thus far, getting that wicket. So 81 for 1. We're in over. This is the last over of the power play.
As he runs away from the far end now over the wicket, left arm medium. And this one is swung backward, square, but there is a man down there on the boundary who fields, and only a single quickly off the mark. Score moves on to 82 for 1. The police chasing 235 for victory. I think the experiment of the chase is over. Having lost the first wicket.
I think the challenge for the police team when we look at the lineup is the depth. I'm not certain that they have the batting depth to really go after a score like this, but as we know, cricket is played on the ground and not on the sheet. So we see what they have in the tank as Weaver left arm over to another left-hander, and that one is just cutting Scott in half there, not knowing whether to go forward or to go back, and just comprehensively beaten there.
Nice, good delivery there by Weaver.
Gentlemen, I don't know if you're following the CPL news from Antigua. We have had Kofi James, Kareem Agor, and
That's a exquisite shot. Great shot there, guys.
Bisecting the man at point and
Ball raced
extra cover area, widish extra cover.
is that Hayden Walsh that put in that dive there, number 13 for Liberta?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so 4 more runs to Kenrick Scott. He goes up to 44.
He really played well so far, Scott.
And this
And
one
this
is
one is give it.
down the ground.
Is that O'Shane Thomas out there?
That's O'Shea Towers.
Wow, what a lazy effort.
I'm going to give him a pass. He had a distance to run and
48.
a lot of real estate to cover. And
I found the judgment poor. Because
Colin, I'm going to tell you that was excellent precision there by Kenrick Scott. He just knew how to tantalize.
I agree with you. I agree with you, John Baptist. And that was well placed.
okay, I will accept that.
From the outer half of the bat onto a short third man. No run. So Weaver completes his first over there, getting the breakthrough needed. And so after the end of over number 6, the end of the power play, gentlemen, the score is 90 for 1 in pursuit of 235 for victory.
Yeah, and that's a good score. And 1 wicket, we can say that no wickets would have been better, but 1 wicket is not too bad either.
As John was saying, we don't know the depth of the police team, the batting team, but I think if they apply themselves, we might see a good match.
Joseph, sorry, go ahead.
And and if I see Elroy Francis is back on the ball.
I just wanted to highlight to Joseph. He said if Cornwall gave him another over, you might have your first case on hand, Joseph.
Treason. Let's see.
Treason at ball beef. He's beating him.
He probably promised him that he was going to be better because his first ball was, and this over was, good
Encouraging.
line and length, and he seems to be doing himself some justice. I think at the game we have, is it Kenny Benjamin down there?
Yes, they have Kenny Benjamin down here.
Former West Indies fast bowler.
Yep. This one is peeling off on it, and a chance for a catch, and another wicket goes. So Barnard trying to keep the pace going, keep the tempo going, just could not maintain it, and he just lobbed an easy catch there to the fieldsman there. Cover point there. I'm just trying to figure out who the fieldsman is, but another wicket goes, so 90. We're now 90 for 2.
90 for 2 in the 7th over. Police will have to do a little consolidating, so to speak, at this stage, losing 2 quick wickets. Try and keep the score ticking, yes, but do so judiciously and not throw their hand away. It'll be interesting to see the approach going forward of the lawmen, but they certainly have a huge task ahead of them.
You guys know the team better than me. You've said that the depth of the baton might be an issue,
Because
and I don't know. Jones would have to blame himself for the demise of the team because he should not have been. He was going well, and had he taken his time, the ball he was out to was a short ball outside the off stump that he could well have left.
he could have left. he didn't seem to have much foot movement.
He was nowhere close to the ball either.
Exactly right.
The bat
So
was way out there,
he was
waving hello,
stretching,
hello.
Yes. So,
And
so,
so the new batsman is. Adrian didn't find a new batter down there. Right-handed batter.
we'll get that shortly. Francis will continue.
So the last batsman going there, that was Valentine going.
Richie Thomas.
Richie Thomas.
Okay.
Oh my. That well, I don't know if it was quick or to the batsman, it was a quick one.
Short. Rising delivery, the batsman played a well.
Correct me, gentlemen, but did I say if Cornwall were to bowl him a second over, it would be a brilliant idea? Did I say that? No.
we can replay the clip now. We can replay the clip, Joseph. Careful.
I'm not. I'm just asking whether that was what I said. And this one a slow one and going for the big hit.
Well-
Heave rather misses.
Well, so far, Elroy has repaid some faith in his skipper, and he's actually enjoying himself. You could see that broad smile on his face there as he deceived the batsman there with that slow delivery. Or should I say extra slow, because Joseph said medium slow.
Oh, this one is going to be signal
That
wide.
should be wide.
Yes.
Folklore with Paulkins Douglas and Tanti Muller, the over. And Paulkins Douglas said the guy was fast to call himself a bowler. And when the ball is bowled, you could read the writing on the wall, on the ball.
On the ball.
Made in India. And, so Francois is a little faster than that. And this one is struck through the covers, no man move.
4 more.
4 more runs. That was hit
Pitched
with
up
some
offside.
level of authority there.
Yes, it was. Pitch up offside the off stump. And
Richie Thomas.
Richie Thomas gave it the Richie Richardson's treatment.
Yeah, we want to say big up to Big Shaq, who's watching us live on the ACB Parish League Network here, along with Omaya Williams, Darren Benter. Yeah, good to have you guys here.
Right down the leg side. Look like the radar went off again there for Elroy Thomas. Elroy Francis Jr. So, like we spoke too soon. Anyway, let's see how he continues.
So it's Francis with a big 5 on his back there. And another slow delivery.
Slow delivery.
And Francis Thomas going for the glory and getting nothing there. So the end of over number
That should be 7.
that's over number 7. No, that's over number 7. End of over number 7. In pursuit of a 235 for victory. They're 96 for 2. 96 for 2.
Is that Walsh going to take over from the far end?
No, that's going to still be Weaver.
Oh, still Weaver.
Still
Okay.
left-handed Weaver.
And this one is played off the pad. Down to backward.
Oh, that's a beautiful catch there. Beautiful catch. I wonder who that is. That is
Wow.
a world-class catch there by the number. Trying to get his number. Turn around there. There was Scott clipping that off of his pad there, and the fieldsman running in.
From square leg. Just forward the square.
Excellent
Well
catch.
judged. He had to dive forward and take it
Yes.
low to the ground, but he judged it very well.
I'm trying to see the number 13. Is that Hayden Walsh?
You want it? You want to take it?
13 is Hayden Walsh.
It's 13.
It didn't look.
Yeah, the fieldsman there looked like Hayden Walsh. There, taking a real beautiful catch there. Was it Hayden Walsh or not? Is it Hayden Walsh below us here?
I think that's
This is Hayden Walsh here.
yeah.
So we'll have to find out. Oh, was it? Oh, it was number 0.
Or 6.
Scott, who took the catch? Craig? Brent.
Brent Joseph.
Yeah, so viewers, our apology. We were giving Hayden Walsh all the credit, but it was actually Brent Joseph who took that fantastic catch there out in the deep. And so Scott, he fell too short of his half century. He made 48 from my calculation. So, Joseph?
I thought it was. I was about to commend the fielder for brilliant fielding. You know, brilliant stop out there. But it was beyond my belief, as it was a world-class catch. It was probably the catch of the year so far in Antigua.
It was excellent.
And there's another one striking that ball hard.
What?
Down to the man there, the short mid-off. Strikes at the wicket.
That's like Kofi
Direct
James
hit.
there.
James.
Yeah.
Call back to Kofi James. You were giving us a story. CPL. He is.
Yeah, CPL, Kofi, I think he's going over to the Barbados Royals. He played with the Antigua Falcons last year, so he's going to go into a new environment. And we also have Kareem Agor getting his first stint in the CPL with the Antigua Falcons, along with Micah McKenzie, another Antiguan, who will be playing, I think, with the, I don't want to say wrong, is it the Guyana or was it the Windward Islands? One of the teams, yeah.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia's Kings.
Kings.
Oh my. Not looking too good for the police team at this moment. Another wicket goes. And so the batsman going there looks like Shadrach. So he would not have interfered with the scorers there.
I think I'm going to blame Joseph
How
here
much
for
of
that.
it?
because
Yes,
you talked about when one wicket falls, the others follow quickly.
It's endemic of West Indies cricket. I mean, it's that's how West Indies cricket of late goes. My friend Speedo, we call him because he was so fast. We were police officers together in Dominica. Fast bowler, played a lot of league cricket in Florida successfully, and he always says to me, "I am happy that we grew up in our times when we saw real cricketers who were dedicated and professional." Just recently, he and I were talking of West Indies being 3 wickets down for 1 run against India in Trinidad. Some guys had bet that Gavaskar was going to score more than Richards, Greenwich, and Haynes put together. Gavaskar was out for 1, so he paid up his bet. And then Greenwich, Haynes, and Richards scored duck each. So he's on the radio trying to call back this guy to come and pay him back, you know. And then we know famously that Clive Lloyd and Larry Gomes stayed there and they each scored a century, and West Indies went on to score almost 400 runs. But you hard to find that now.
Cricket, boy. Cricket,
Once
that's cricket for you.
once a wicket has gone down, you don't find others continuing and trying to make the best of situations.
The new batsman there, number 7, that's Neville Nichols.
Nichols.
Wow. Well, when Neville Nichols is batting this high, it doesn't inspire much confidence in what's left to come. But hey, as they say, cricket is played out there, and so a little scrappy player, not one that's going to be blasting the ball anywhere.
We don't expect any
Fireworks.
fireworks
No,
to see
no.
this.
But I'm wondering also with the Liberta team, they have stick to a all
Oh, good shot for
good
us.
shot here. So Neville's trying to prove me wrong. Huh?
I think he has. I think he has.
Just pulling it off his hips and turning it around backward. 3 or 4 runs.
I think the 100 is up. Yep, the
Sure.
100 is up for the police team. So 100 in the bank. Another 135 to go, Joseph.
Yes, and what over are we in?
We're in.
We are in the 10th over, are we?
We are in over number 8, I think.
Number 8. So come on, gentlemen, do the simple math. 135 needed. We are 100 in the 8th over.
12,
Oh, because it's 16 overs, so we're halfway.
16. Yeah, we're halfway.
We're halfway, so come on, Nicole, show him.
Oh, no. Head in the air.
Um,
Big swoosh.
I'll confirm the overs for you there, Joseph, but
Okay.
my math is telling me it's 8, but I'll confirm
Into
that
the
for you.
board. Yes.
Because
Board
we
at
started,
seven,
we
so
started
in the
here.
eighth.
There's a slipper gully short point. There's a man in deep cover point boundary. Man in the covers there.
Long off. Long on.
Long on seem to be moving back a bit. And I think we have descended from the game of cricket and we are now in bat and ball. Not a correct cricket shot by Nichols.
So end of over number 8 in pursuit of 235. They are 100 for 4, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 103, 100 for 4. Oh, 5. Who's the batsman out there now? Richie in here. So guys, I guess we can say this is a uphill task. But something I'm watching here, I don't know if you guys been observing, there has been absolutely no spin thus far. And here again, we see O'Shane Thomas being brought back
From this end.
into the attack. So I'm wondering if it's a strategic move in terms of their game plan to keep it all firing at the police team, or is it just giving O'Shane another opportunity to find his rhythm and get some level of form?
Give him a workout. Well, let's see how he responds from this end as opposed to how he was from the far end. I think Liberta were just pretty comfortable with that large total, so they're not really pressed to panic in any way down the leg side.
Pick up from where we left off.
Score inches up, 101, 101 for 1. For
one.
4, sorry. Joseph, I know you'd love to hear that.
Yes, JB, that would have been a better proposition, but the facts are stubborn things. And
Unfortunately not.
so there is Thomas. The facts are stubborn things. And
Unfortunately not.
so there is Thomas. He's bowling from the commentary end, and he's bowling over the wicket.
Yeah, I think it's...
Speaking of Bale and what we've seen of Nichols, if this ball is on the stump, we might see Bales flying.
Whoa!
And we're seeing a fast bowler of the West Indies. That delivery was rising. And
Well handled there by Nichols.
yes, it was.
Rocking back and letting.
I think the key there, he kept his eyes on the delivery. He didn't just,
Yes. Well, that was key, and he just rocked
duck
back and-
wildly. Well, O'Shane Thomas is coming to the party. Jerry Jones is not there anymore, so it's time to play now. Oh,
Okay.
and there is...
I think Nichols was expecting that short one. He just
Yes.
backed away.
But he looks aggressive. That is O'Shane Thomas is bowling fast and short, and batsman rocking out of the way. But is it the effective approach
By the bowler.
by the bowler?
I was just going to ask that question.
No.
I do not think it is. I think ball on wicket would have been a more effective way. So let us say the first two are bouncers. Now he's going to bowl that one in the block hole, and he bowls and still short offside the off stump.
No ball?
No, just signaling to the
So
other
that out
umpire.
there. Okay.
He signaled to the umpire that he's going to go around the wicket. So I'm getting the impression. Oh, did he?
No,
So I thought he signaled he was going to go around the wicket. Well, Liberta team is tightening their slip cord, and it looks like another man coming. Okay, it looked like a short third man. Thought they were going to 2 slips.
Two slips.
You don't normally see 2 slips in the 9th over in a T20 game, but hey.
Here we are.
Short
Oh boy, this one was going at him, and the umpire this time signals wide.
O'Shea seems to be questioning something here.
I have 9 overs in the pack. This is the 9th over bowling.
Yes, this is the ninth over.
And we're 103, is it? For
103
For
for 4, yes. We have Neville's at the crease, he's on 4 not out, and also Richie Thomas, I have him on 4. But again, you know, it'll be good to see O'Shea bowling with a little plan. You bowled quite a few short deliveries, you know, try and get one in the block hole. I mean, the object is to out the batsman, not to, is going short again. So obviously the intent is to intimidate the batsman. It's quite clear.
I think the first two short balls were intimidatory enough, and by now we should be putting them in block hole. And he has strengthened his slip cordon. Short balls down the leg side are not slip cordon deliveries. And, so let's see what he does with this one over the wicket now into Nichols. Down the leg side, Nichols.
Actually a wide.
That's a wide delivery.
Trying to just push his bat at that one. And the wide has been signaled by the umpire. And what is Mr. Thomas going to do now? Come on, Thomas, you play for the West Indies. Let's see some top class bowling. I was listening to a Barbadian, or was it Trinidadian, I should say cricket activist, for want of a better description. And this one down the leg side, and he pulls it around backward, fine for 4. So there was Nichols, is this?
Nichols, yes.
Getting this one short and exposed long leg boundary and pull it around for 4. It's the end of the over.
108 for 4. Nichols moves on to 8. 2 boundaries to his cause so far.
The gentlemen were discussing the deficiencies of the West Indies team, and he took to examining the credentials of the coaches. So he started with the batsman, 12 tests, a highest score of 29, and an average of 11 for Floyd Reefer. And he's the batting coach of the West Indies team. May be mistaken, but I think Ravi Rampal is now the bowling coach. And you look at his record, and you ask, what can be learned from these gentlemen in today's day and age? And that is a valid criticism.
It is to an extent, yes. But I think that the same way they say that a great batsman or a great bowler is not necessarily a coach.
Right.
You could say that the opposite might be true also.
But we have proven now that no batsman is not a good coach. So
It's Weaver continuing over the wicket, and then it's wide outside the arm stump. So
who was the head coach of the Clive Lloyd cricket team?
Did we have
None. We had Dennis Wick,
Wick.
and that was it.
Dennis, it wasn't the physio.
That's all he
physio,
was. That's all he was.
physio.
I remember reading a Liat magazine one time. I was writing Liat, and this one is punched with a mid-off boundary, wide up mid-off, and a man running to his left there. Fields. Single to Thomas, it is.
Yeah, single to Richie Thomas.
The score moves on to 110.
In those days, we had a physio and we had a manager.
That's it.
That's it.
And the manager was a former test captain, test cricketer.
Holford.
Any one of them.
Yes. But certainly not a coach.
This one is going to be wide, yes.
Wide again.
Well, we're at the top of the order. We had Jones and Scott scoring. I think this batter for the police, I don't know where he's from. He's called Wides. He's taking over the scoring lead. He seems to be very good.
He seems to be good.
Well, extras are making up a good chunk of the score here right now.
Yes.
I think I have over 13 wides, and I have 13 wides to the scorecard and 3 no balls. So extras are contributing quite significantly here. But I guess police will need a lot more than that. So 111.
Sorry.
So the scoring rate in over number
That's just about to look. Yes, the scoring rate.
single. Single to nickels. So we're in over number
10, is it?
10, yes, over number 10.
And the score is 100.
112.
So we're running about 12 runs and over. Thereabout. No, sorry.
11.
11 runs
Yeah,
over.
11. And look,
That's
in the
slow
it's slow
ball,
ball.
played all around it.
Richie Thomas, no shape, just grabbing a wild swing, and he goes bold for 5.
Deceived totally by that slow ball. It was well up.
Talking about deceive, I think the only deceit today was the police deceived me at the beginning of the innings into thinking that they were capable of overhauling this score.
Overhauling that score.
And I think both of you gentlemen jinxed the police team. And they have
Joseph, you wanted to sing a song earlier on, and
I forgot the words of the song.
I had to stop you there. Who's number 13? James Cornelius.
Well, in Turks, I would, we had some sound systems, so I would always play Bluetooth, and I would play London Bridges Falling Down, And when they were winning, they would ask me to play the one, see what police can do.
What's the reaction of the Dominica to the omission of Athenaeus?
Oh, by social media is burning up. I mean, everybody is complaining about that. As for Hodge, Athenaeus, I'm not committed to any way or the other. Hodge, I believe, should have played. I mean, the last time he played Australia, he was, I think, a leading batsman of the series. Australia with their pace and stuff like that, he's accustomed. But also, we have to take into consideration the recent 40 tournament.
Recent form.
Yeah, he wasn't, as we are saying now, we cannot say it for this cricket and excuse him for that cricket. He was not a ball beater, so to speak.
Okay.
But I still think that he did enough to have carried him through on this team.
I thought so.
I thought Brandon King had played Test cricket before it, but apparently not.
No.
And
I am glad they're bringing him in to the testing, because I always thought that Brandon King had the ability to convert, so to speak, to a test
Frankie,
play.
you're glad they're bringing in
Brandon King.
Into the test arena, but not at the expense of...
Well, I'm on the phone calling a psychiatrist for him because he needs psychiatrist.
Look.
No, hear my words well. I've always watched Brandon King and said he looks like a talented batsman. And
For what he's doing.
for what he's doing, and I thought that he could be encouraged to try and play test cricket now, getting to the longer version of the game.
Wide
So
ball
for
there.
that reason, I'm glad that they've brought him in, but not at the expense of
Gavin Hodge.
Calvin Hodge and these players. And Athenaeus.
They brought back, what's the guy at the top of the order? From Jamaica?
John Campbell. Yeah, I just found that to be weird, real weird. But hey, you just realize these things happen, and we end up over number
11.
No, that would be 12.
12.
End of over number 12. And the score is 100, and I have 113. Let me check the scorecard. And I'm seeing 131 over there. Am I seeing right?
Yes.
They mixed the blue one and
I think it has been, it definitely is a mistake out there. It should be 113 rather than 131.
Yeah, I'm seeing 113.
And we're only looking at 4 overs left, gentlemen. And it has fallen off the wheels.
Yes,
And
definitely. Just peter out into going through the motion type of
So
thing.
is that Cornwall? No, that's not
That's-
Cornwall.
That's number. Was that 0 on the back?
60, 2 digits, turn.
Or is that Hayden? No, that's not Hayden Walsh. That's number 6. It looks like. Let me see the list. What are spinners they have in the attack?
Right now, over.
Not certain. We're gonna get the name for you. Bright
Yeah.
6 on the back there.
There is Nichols playing that one. Looking good for the test match. And he looking to swing that one away down the leg side. Wide signals umpire.
So that's Brent Joseph into the attack, who took the good catch there a couple overs back.
And this one he strikes it through covers and punches that one through covers down to the boundary for 4.
No, it doesn't
No, it
reach.
does not
No,
do
it
it.
doesn't reach.
Outfield
Had a
is
chance for a
heavy.
run out, but bad throw there by that Weaver.
Heavy outfield and ball slowed up. Batsman run a pedestrian walk.
We got 2 there.
And the score should be about 114, 115 thereabout.
I got 116.
But
They got a single and 2, I think.
Scoreboard, somebody could alert the scoreboard and that their score is incorrect.
Or did they get 1 for that loss?
Well, let's leave them. They are the official scores.
Okay, so we might be wrong, so we will we will figure it out.
we'll figure it out at the end.
Yes, we will reconcile that at the appropriate time. And this
Oh
one
my.
swings around
right,
straight to the man down there.
Straight.
There was
Hardly had to move.
Nichols getting a short ball, got into his wicket and pulled it and says, let's have some deep fielding practice. And the man down there in the deep accepted the challenge. And we now have
So Nichols goes for 11. So nice little contribution there from him, but I guess all the damage was done in the first part of the game with the police innings. Number 9, that looks like
Trevorson Atley,
Trevorson Atley. That's
a dreadlocked police officer. Community service, playing for the
yeah,
police.
that is true. Do you ever see a dreadlock police officer?
No.
That is not.
I don't think
That's
it's
not allowed
it's
as
allowed.
yet.
No.
But you know, in time to come.
It wouldn't work in these small countries. In these small countries, I have the police force, I won't tell you, but it's a very long time ago in Dominica. Very, very long time. And I go back to Dominica and people meet me, hey, officer, where you stationed? I haven't seen you in a while. So I always tell them I'm stationed in some remote area of Dominica. But I've left Dominica almost 36 years ago.
Okay.
But they still believe that I'm there. But I tell them that, I'm stationed in there. So as soon as you go to police training school, everybody in the country knows you're a police officer in
That's
small
true.
countries. And I've always advocated that, talk about regional integration, that you could take somebody from here, have them grow some locks, deputize them as a police officer in Dominica to do some undercover operations for you. And, to penetrate gangs or,
Right.
or the criminal enterprises. Because it's local police surveillance is not going to work. Then you give a police a vehicle and every police vehicle has a G number on it. So they know.
Easily identifiable.
Yes. So
3 there.
3 runs.
That's Cornelius getting off. That was Atley. Atley getting off the mark there with a 3. So score goes up to 120. 120 I have. But the scorecard is saying 137. I don't mean to confuse you guys, but I'm not following the scorecard.
Maybe you went out of sync somewhere. But just trying to get confirmation of the score there.
Joseph, your what you've been asking for has finally come to fruition.
I get to see my hero. No, he's not. Is that Cornwall down there?
No.
No, Cornwall is still asleep up here.
Wait,
It's Kadim.
I thought it was Cornwall too. Wow.
Kadim.
So we're celebrities, except when Kadim throws over that left hand, I realize, okay, that's that.
Kadim Philip.
Kadim has been a faithful servant for Liberta Sports over the years. He has been around
For quite a few years.
quite a years, man.
Showed a lot of promise early.
And there's a transfer run out, and he misses there. 137. Okay, so we're gonna bump our score. So this is good news for Joseph. Joseph is 137. So you require less than 100 runs now, no, Joseph.
In 3 overs, right?
Hey, remember now. Remember. Okay, well you need a little more. In 4 overs, they had 67. So if we can get a replicate of that firework,
That's not enough. That's not going to be enough. Refham Orthodox over the wicket is Kadim Philip, who I've been told has been a faithful servant for the Liberta team over the years.
yes. I think he played for the Leeward Islands as a.
He did?
Yeah, he opened. Mark Kadim didn't play for Leeward Islands as an opener. Kadim Philip. Yeah, Kadim.
Leewards?
Yeah, he opened.
Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, Kadim opened for the Leewards. Yeah, I think he played 1 game for Antigua.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is a run out, is it? No?
Cornelius coming right forward, covering.
He played on the Cornwall.
On the
Okay.
he possibly played for Antigua on the Rakim, on the Wilden
Cornwall,
Cornwall
okay. Who's your uncle, I think, of Rakim?
of Rakim. Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't realize he actually made it. He judged that well, straight down his throat.
That was the year with the joint championship in Barbados.
Oh, okay. Yes. And see another wicket fall in there. Man caught by James, it looks like, out there at the wide mid-off position. Played a drive, lofty, ball scooped up in the air. And see the demise there.
Shane Walsh, new batter.
The batsman there. The score 138. That is Cornelius, who we just saw. The bat in there. The batsman is number
5, Shane Walsh.
5, Shane Walsh, for the stadium.
So where are we now? We're 138.
Yes.
138 for 7. 138 for 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching live commentary here from the Liberta Sports Field, otherwise known, or the official name is Ball Beef. Somebody was giving me a little history of how this field was named. I think it was actually Barrel of Beef. They used to trade some beef, I don't know. But anyway, let me not get into that if I can't give the correct story. But it's Jones bowling.
So I'm interested in the naming of the field.
Barrel of beef.
Barrel of Beef.
Was
It's
the original.
the original. He's trying to go, and he clears the infield, and so one bong, Trevor Atterson giving the long handle there, and getting a well-needed boundary. But I'm afraid it's too little, too late, Joseph.
Just let's clarify this, Mr. John Mattis. I have given up a long time ago. So don't try convincing me that the police are going to lose.
Okay, let me ask you: are you going to sing? Are you going to sing?
No, I'm not going to sing. I think when tomorrow morning I'll pay a courtesy call on the Commissioner of Police so that he can carry out an investigation into this, because this looks like just lying down and this, like you come home and your dogs are waiting for you and they just lie down and roll over. But like you guys said, probably not enough in-depth batting. And this one is
It's
chopped
going again, and
Going all the way.
it's going all the way. So some late fireworks here by Trevorson Atley,
well fielded by a young woman there sitting in
the pavilion there, the
the
stand.
stands. She just put her hand up and caught it at the back there.
I think in the Stanford T20, if you did something like that, I think you get some kind of prize. They used to have that.
Yes.
Atley going again, but this time straight into Weaver's hand, and so the happy hour has ended there. And so it's now another wicket goes for the lawmen there. But gentlemen, if we look back at the context of the game, we really have to give the openers for the police team some real credit here, because they really, what should I say? They opened a slight window of hope.
Yes, it was. I was even fooled by that.
And I think that over with Jones and O'Shane Thomas,
yes,
it
that's
sort of
mass-
sent a message. We're not just going to lie down
Yes,
here.
yes.
We're gonna,
Something might be possible here.
It was fearless batting by Jones and Scott to an extent, and so Scott unfortunately not getting to his 50.
Yes, that was a pity.
Yes, but we saw Jones taking on O'Shane, the West Indies pacer,
Yes.
and treating him, at times with much disdain, putting him away.
Putting him away. I particularly enjoyed that hook shot.
Yes,
Came
of that
down
short ball.
yeah.
That was a beautiful shot. Showed some class.
But we knew at the same time it would always be a huge caretaker.
It was going to be. It was going to be.
To overcome that, it would take them sustaining that rate right through of 11, 12 runs per over, and increasing to 14, 15.
Yes.
But it's a good afternoon exercise.
Yes, it was. Gave me an opportunity to know Liberta. I came out here and made my way to see the game.
They have really developed this field nicely.
Yes, it is. It is a nice field. And it's wrapped on the pad and given out
And you
first
know,
ball.
The batsman not too pleased. The new batsman is Keyshawn Francis. Number 2 was he the one on strike?
Yes, yeah.
the number 5 is the non-striker, so it's the other.
Yes, number 2 it
I
was
think it's number 2.
Kishan Francis. And there was a ball pitched up from the spinner. He's wrapped on the pad. Is he still on there?
He's taking his time.
He is dejected. He is not.
He's
Oh,
not even in first gear. He's in reverse gear. Come on.
So number 2 is gone. Number 1 is going there.
LaShawn Barnard.
And we have now, how many wickets now? That 9? Is that what it is?
That's the 9th wicket, John?
yeah, that should be just around the 9 wicket.
Looking at the scoreboard, it says 9.
Yeah.
148. They're close.
It's not a bad effort by the police team, I must say, although most of it was really done by Scott and Jones.
Yes.
But I think if I was the coach of the Liberta team, I would not be overly, how should I say? I would say there'll be some work. We'll have to have some talk
Yes.
in the background. The batting, yes, we got the score, but I didn't like the application. I didn't like the technique. It was just swinging. I felt we went out there, we just got overconfident. I don't know what was the plan with Elroy Francis bowling all those short deliveries. So there's still some work I think the Liberta team can do to tighten up. O'Shane Thomas was struggling a bit.
Yes. So what you found was that we had some complacency, I think, in that we had this big score.
Yes.
So, and especially they got the high scores from the top order. So we could just go there and swing our bats to bat out the remaining overs.
So I think it looks like 13 overs in the bag. 148. I'm just going off of the scorecard, guys. So 13, 148 for 9. Kadeem is twirling the ball in his hand, so it looks like he's going to try and close this off.
Wrap it up.
The number 5 batsman is whom again?
Francis.
Shane Walsh.
Shane Walsh, sorry.
I wonder if there's any relation to Hayden Walsh.
And the number 5 batsman Walsh, he'll play that one competently. Back along the track for Kadeem. Left arm spin around the wicket. And there is Walsh.
Well, he's trying to be as technical as he can be. There, Walsh, trying to cover it. And he gets off the mark, so he'll feel good about that.
And I think it's a good occasion for those last 2 batsmen to just get some batting practice. Play straight and just try and middle the ball. Don't look to hit any big sixes if the ball is there to be hit. But certainly just that you were speaking about.
Is there going to be a collision here? And there is a collision. Oh my!
I could see that coming.
Yeah.
But the entire team were looking on. Somebody should have said something to one of them.
Yes.
And this is what
Kadeem should have directed that and asked them to back off. But he did not.
I think
He
you
lost a wicket.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kadeem didn't say it's mine as a bowler. I think because it is right there.
He might not have gotten around in time. But he should have
I didn't
directed the batsman and called for one. But the police lives to fight another day. They are 148 for 9 off. We're in the 13th over. And this one forward, open the face of the bat, running down to gully region, short third man area. Or single, move closer
Single.
to the 150.
this should be the 150, but the scorecard seems to be stuck. It was on 148. They got 2 singles.
Okay.
But the end of what I calculate to be over number 14.
13. Short. Okay.
Where is it started here, right?
Ah,
We started with
Yeah, we started here with Gavin.
Gavin Tong, yes.
So my favorite guy is on the
no.
ball. I hope I get to take a photo with him, a photo up.
The rock attack, but this time he's bowling, and see a little turn, although it was slow, so the batsman was able to just negotiate that and just dab it in front of him. Walsh trying to hit, not Walsh, sorry, but number 1, Barnard trying to hit that too hard. Just
Opening the face of the bat, pushing that one
you can get 2.
into the point area. And
Certainly, you can take the 2.
that fielding is poor. Really
It
no
is.
urgency, no sense of urgency. I guess he
Not
just.
at all. They're just going through the motion. You know the game is all but wrapped up. So
Yes.
yeah, just
yeah, I'm just even watching Cornwall as he goes to the crease. He just looks like he's just twirling that hand with no real great intent. An appeal for a run out and not out. Umpire's not moved.
umpire is not moved.
See Cornwall also having a little laugh, so they're really just going through the motion, just enjoying themselves.
Yes, yes.
I think the Liberta Blackhawks would be one of the favorites in this competition. Very experienced team.
Definitely.
And I guess you could say hit with a level of precision.
Obviously, but over the head of the man at short cover. Person from that Atley from mid off, moving to his left. That should be 6,
That should
is it?
be a wide.
Wide.
So score. Well, the scoreboard is stuck on 148. So, but I know we're over the 150 mark. Well played by the Barnard there.
Cornwall just tossing that ball way up for the batsman to make an error.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching live Sir Vivian Richards, Thursday League Cricket, right here at the Liberta Sports Complex, aka Ball Beef. And today's opening encounter is between the police team and the Liberta Black Hawks. The Black Hawks got off to a flyer. Rakeem Cornwall dropping about, 3-4 runs short of his century, I think?
Yes. I think he had 95. Oh, what? Somebody on 96.
97.
Oh, okay.
97, and Kofi James also falling short of his half century there. But so they rattled up 235 off of 16 overs. The game had to be reduced due to time. The Parish League plays according to time, so once the time is up, so the overs finished at 16 overs, and Police did make a valiant fight at it. And this one is pushed nicely into the cover wide mid-off region there for a single there by Walsh.
So the score seems to have been adjusted. It's now 153.
Okay, so 153 for 9.
And now we have the two heavyweights, Kadeem Phillip at the far end, and Cornwall, is it Jimbo? Rakeem Jimbo Cornwall at the near end, at the commentary end. Phillip is left-handed, bowling around the wicket. And there was Cornwall right-handed, bowling over the wicket. And
There's a leg slip, 2 slips, so very attacking field here. But the batsmen here just playing out. Looks like they have decided they're going to play this one out. So
That's it.
that's it. Did I count one shot?
Yeah, see the
Umpire like he's ready to go. I see the batsman taking off his gloves. Yep, so that looks like it. So sorry there. And okay, so we're going to go down to our roving reporter.
Good afternoon again,
Mr.
Mr.
Hillary.
Sedrak. Look into the camera. Match has just been completed.
No.
Police 153 for 9 in response to a total of 234. How would you rate your response? I think that it was a fairly good response. In fact, the opening pair put on like 81 for the first wicket. So I would think that you were satisfied with the opening partnership.
Yeah.
That's always a difficulty.
Opening pair was good. I couldn't complain. I could have been better.
I would agree. You fell apart in the middle order.
Yeah, man, go and do your stuff.
So as you look forward, you will play this weekend in the regular, the Parish League competition, right? But next Thursday, you still don't know who your opponent is going to be. But I would imagine that your opponent next week is not going to be as strong as the week. So I don't think that you have anything at all to be ashamed of. To be coming up with against that kind of experience, I think that you did.
All right, take care, man. It was nice. Come again, man.
I agree with that. So, good luck in the future. You came out on the losing end this time, but I believe that you should do better in the next couple of games. All right? Thanks a lot. Good afternoon, Kadeem.
Good afternoon.
We're live on the Parish League Network. Please look into the camera. I don't know what was wrong with police or what the thinking was, but I don't think that they should have put you into bat on a solid cricket pitch like the one that you had on your home ground.
I think they made the right choice. Our plan was to bat first, either if we wanted it or so. I think they
It worked out perfect.
just the way we wanted it.
You had a blistering start from Cornwall and Kofi James. And I think that would have laid the foundation for what turned out to be a modest total, 234, because I was thinking with the start that you got, I was thinking that in excess of 400 runs. But it was tailored down to 16 overs, so you would have been satisfied with 234.
Yeah,
Definitely,
we
Colin.
were. We were actually looking
off,
to
right?
get 350 plus
Is that all?
with the start that we got. Our plan for this tournament, I'm going to say it out now. The plan for this team, for the this Thursday league, we're going to mash gas with the bat. It's going to be all out attack. Every game, it doesn't matter who we're playing against.
So you're not going to be defending?
We're not defending. 2 dot balls and we're calling you off.
Wow. So that's a new response from Liberta.
Yeah.
Having been shortchanged the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think we made some blunders not being aggressive enough in the finals for the last 2 years. This year, no holds bar.
Wow. Well, congratulations again.
Cheers.
And I wish you maximum success in the upcoming game.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks.
All right, Colin. So we're back here to just wrap up this broadcast here. In the end, well, first of all, Joseph has left us. Let's thank him for bringing his quite eloquent and informative voice to our platform.
Yes.
But in terms of the game, Colin, I did come a bit late, but by the time I reached here, I see police had already ambushed. Sorry, Liberta had already ambushed the policemen, and this, I guess it was just a bit of formalities from there on in.
Well, yes, and the sad thing too, the police actually started with 2 men short. So they were short in the field, so that made it even more easy for the Liberta team to get score at will, because of the limitation of the field. Yes, Raheem Cornwall and Kofi James got off to that start, very good start, and they kept it going right through, scoring freely as it went on, and they ended up with that massive total of 234.
234.
So it was always going to be uphill task for the police to even come close to that, and so it proved.
Well, most definitely, and as we said, the police team, they did, they give them credit. They didn't roll over and die after an onslaught like that. Generally, you find the team will come a little lackluster. Okay, well, we don't lose, but at least we saw the fight brought by Kenrick Scott and Jerron James, and that over with Jerron Jones, with O'Shane Thomas really gave the inning some impetus there.
Yes, there was that opening pair for the police team really played well, and I can't say gave them hope, but at least let us know that we are in for a little good fight from the police team. But once those 2 left and the wickets started to fall, the inevitable followed.
But Colin, what I would say as we wrap up now is the good thing about that innings by these 2 gentlemen is going forward now, they have a sense of hope. They have a sense, okay, look, if these 2 guys can do something, and the others can pitch in here, we can put a decent score on the table. But all in all, I think it was a good game, good sportsmanship from what I saw from this advantage point. And so Yeah, so
Indeed, and yes, and as you say, credit to those two batsmen there. They could, the police, I think, could build around them in that, as Joseph, our fellow commentator, said, when he was talking about strategy, one should attack and one should stay there and just turn it over. They have to build their innings in future matches around those two, taking on the different roles as their innings progress. But certainly, there's hope for them. This outing would stand them well, and going forward in the future matches.
all right, so guys, as we look to wrap up, first of all, let's just apologize again, quite sincerely, in terms of the confusion with the scorecard and the players. Unfortunately, we just did not have a scorer that was next to our broadcast team, and so we were just unable to keep up to date with the score. But we do pledge to try and improve on that going forward. We also have two other games that were played at some other venues. Unfortunately, we couldn't provide any update, but we'll work on that for next time, and we'll be back next Thursday, I think it is, Mark. So we'll be back next Thursday, bringing you some more live coverage right here on the Antigua Parish League. So, Colin, let's also thank Hillary Emmanuel, who was here also earlier, opening the innings, and was our, if you want to say, our outdoor roving reporter there. And so, on my behalf, good working with you guys again, and look forward to seeing you again next week.